Alrighty, guys. Good evening. Welcome in. Kaizen, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Alright, so we are expecting a trailer tonight for the Mythic Hero banner. We are gonna do some summons. It's the Duel Skills banner, and it's got Yuri, who I need. I need Yuri. It also has Marianne and I believe Paula. So, notification that I have gone live. Interesting. How you doing, Kaizen? There's that banner. The Yuri banner. We'll just call it Yuri, because I need Yuri. It's a shame I can't spark on it. Not that I would, but you know, just knowing I could would be nice. Alright. Kaizen, I know you've been keeping up with these questions that they've been having us do on Twitter. They're pretty, let's just say they're a little more challenging than I think Faye herself would have had us do. I'm good. Spent some time grinding BBS, some time watching the Point Crow subathon, and just stuff like that. Oh, nice. Sounds like a productive day. I do need to be more productive today, if I can. Yeah, but just regular work day. It's a weird end of the week though. So regular class tomorrow. I do need to swing by the post office. No, I can't do it Friday. Yeah, normally Friday I could do it like after work, but this week it's supposed to be our school district's like 60th anniversary, and there's supposed to be like a party, but I'm not a fan of indoor crowds, so I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. It's supposed to be in like the entire district staff is gonna be in one school's gymnasium. I don't know how that's gonna go. So yeah, and also I like how they put the time on there. Like it's 1:30 to 3:30, but we're only contracted till 2:45. So I don't know. Are they just expecting us to stay because we want to? Point Crow Subathon has been nuts. Each sub adds a random amount. Oh, random amount of time. Interesting. As a result, he's been live for 17 days. Nice. Questions are specifically to screw with us. You can't convince me of that. Yeah, there's something else. I mean, a lot of them you could like there's no way to, well, okay. It's very difficult to definitively know these. I mean, you can have a pretty good idea, but unless you've been like tracking a lot of this data specifically, it's really a shot in the dark. Maybe a slightly illuminated dark. All right. That's right. It's a double SP and experience bonus this week, so I've been leveling up some units. All right, come on. Yuko, welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. How are you doing today? Ooh, Lost Lore. We were just talking about the quizzes, the quiz questions for Faye on Faye Twitter, now owned by Elon Musk, and how ridiculous they are in terms of like, how could we possibly know these? So I don't know if you've kept up with the Twitter quiz questions. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I'm pretty sure I got all my bonuses. Yeah, so now I'm just waiting for a double multiplier to finish that up. Not too bad, just tired. Same. Finally getting a day off. That's always good. Yeah, I've been very tired the last few days, which has resulted in me taking naps, but that means then I can't fall asleep at my normal time, so I end up getting less sleep overnight, and then I end up being tired and I have to take a nap again, which means that I can't fall asleep again. So it's a snowball effect. The accessory one was only figured out because PM1 had a chart from 2018. Yeah, that's gonna be irrelevant though from like that time. Last one is basically a crapshoot as S got a resplendent. recently, and everyone got Alyssa. Yeah. Forgot about the quiz. I just leave it up to the community. Because again, we all get stuff based on how the community does. So I'm like, all right, this is enough of you guys on Twitter. Let's do this. Do you guys do your thing? Wish I could forget about the quiz. It's driven me to madness more than once. I just check in on it to like tweet and then I'm done. Hey Leafy! Day 2 of being alone, playing Breath of the Wild and tried Xenoblade today. Okay. Well, hopefully, again, it's just all observations, hopefully, and hopefully things turn out right. Tried Xenoblade? Which one? 1? X? 2? Torna? They're all good. Some better than others, though. I do need to play Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition. Because I played the epilogue thing. It was at Future Connected or whatever. Because obviously that was new. But I was like, alright, I'll play Definitive Edition later. Because I think I had not recently, but like a couple of years ago, finished the 3D version on the 3DS. After also having finished it a few years before that on the Wii. And I'm like, alright, I played through this game twice, and it's a very long game. I'll play the Future Connected now, and I'll worry about the old stuff later on. But I do need to go back and do that. I need to play the full Definitive Edition port on Switch. I also need to play the port of The World Ends With You, the first one. Definitive Edition, okay. And how are you liking it so far? It's if it's your first Xenoblade, it's a weird one to get into, but once you get things rolling, it's really you get hooked pretty easily once you get into it. But again, it's a weird one to get into for the first time. Demo for 3? Is there a demo for 3? Are we getting a demo for 3? The last question is going to be like, how old was Phoenix when he first started growing his mustache, or something that we have absolutely no way of knowing? No, I mean, like, they've okay. It's not going to be like that outlandish, although it's going to seem like it. But it's always stuff that's like, if you're really, really paying close attention to like trends in the game, you might have an idea. But aside from that, most people are probably not going to know. So we've got some what am I saying? We've got some summoning banners today. Anyone get anything? I do need Yuri. I don't have Yuri anywhere. No, I have Yuri on this account, the iPhone 10. I don't have Yuri on the main, and that's what I need. You know, I need to figure out how I need to fix the commercials, because I still haven't figured out what broke it. I don't know if like it was an OBS update or something, but I gotta fix those commercials at some point. Because it was really cool when it was like random before, and we could just like leave it on, but now it's like it freezes after the second one or during the second one. So it's like, all right, let's sideline the commercials that are randomized and go back to the old one, which is like it's the same exact order every time. So it always starts out with a Fire Emblem 1, then 2, and so on. So it's kind of, yeah, it's not as fun. But yeah, I need a summon for Yuri on the main if we get Carlos. But the other accounts, I'm not really picky. What am I getting email about? Ticketmaster, Moulin Rouge the musical in Chicago, My Fair Lady in Chicago. Ooh, you know, I should ask. I need to email Broadway in Chicago again for updated posters, because I usually ask them, hey, do you got any extra posters advertising your plays and musicals? And they're like, yeah, hey, I will send it over. You can hang them up in your school and as decoration and stuff, and gets the kids excited about like musicals and stuff. Also, my money is still on Mythic being Heim as a Carlos mage. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, we should get that trailer in about an hour 45, right? Yeah, hour 45. So we'll see what we get. But yeah, I should have space everywhere. Let me check. If Zeron though, which it won't be, as Blue Pool is awful compared to the Carlos banner, then I'm screwed. Let me just check real quick. Alright, I've got plenty of space, and by plenty I mean at least 5 on each of my accounts. That's good. And then today, guys, I would, if I can. The thing is, I gotta get the momentum, and then once I get the momentum, it's like, all right, it's easy. I need to try and do some collection cataloging today, because I legit, as soon as I get those Ashen Wolves jackets, I'm like, oh crap, where am I gonna put everything? So I need the space. I did buy a few more boxes of the size that I use, so now I have the boxes to actually do the cataloging. I just need to actually do the cataloging, the scanning, and all that stuff. Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter. Apparently, the guy who has the world record for the largest collection of Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise just got his Guinness World Record plaque. And apparently his collection, for, again, a collection that's technically still younger than Fire Emblem, but it's a much, like, more prominent franchise, at least in terms of, like, the general public. His record's at like 3,050 or something like that, and he said, and he made a point to mention that, oh, the number would be much higher if it included duplicates and custom stuff like fan-made stuff, which apparently Guinness does not count. I also I want to see if I can reach out to him and ask a few questions too that I had about that whole process. But yeah, if the number is only like 3,000 for something as big as like Sonic, that's had like a bajillion pieces of merchandise over the years. I feel pretty confident about my collection. I've cataloged, I want to say, around like 1,500 so far, and again, that's like maybe a fourth of everything. Because I still haven't cataloged a lot of the little stuff, because a lot of the little stuff, it's overwhelming in my mind. It's like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna have the time to actually catalog like all these little things, like different keychains and can badges and all that. Still hurts that I have to miss out on Julia merges, but I gotta be smart and be prepared for Fallen, Legendary Adel merges, Summer Sylvain summons, and 3 Hope stuff. Yeah, and never mind. Hey Boshak, welcome in. I did get my Shadows of Valencia Paula. Congrats. How much collection you have now? Again, my my catalog of stuff so far, I've cataloged a lot of the bigger items. It's the smaller and more numerous stuff that I haven't yet. And here's the thing though, because I don't know what counts towards the Guinness World Records. I mean, the guy, again, with the Sonic collection, I retweeted his tweet about, oh, hey, look, the Guinness World Record plaque came in. He specifically mentioned they don't count duplicates and they don't count fan-made stuff like Etsy and whatever. Custom stuff. Which is fine, because I haven't gotten a lot of fan-made stuff. I've focused specifically on official and licensed merch. The problem is I'm not sure about things like, for example, they made these mini acrylic figures of Fire Emblem Heroes characters. They got like different volumes of each, and each volume has 10. And now they're sold as individual blind boxes. Like, you don't know which one you'll get out of that volume of 10 characters. And then I just buy the volume boxes, so you get every character guaranteed. Do those count as 10 different items, or do they count as one separate item? You know, one whole item as opposed to 10 individual stuff. So like, I don't know how that impacts my collection, you know, in terms of the count. I almost died if it weren't for the fairy. Oh wait, wait, what? Are we talking in wait, what? Are we stuck on Xenoblade? I'm so confused. Now she's a plus. Oh, the Paula. Hey, Weep, welcome in. How'd your summons go? We haven't done them yet. We're about to do them. We gotta get Yuri on the main, but aside from that, I don't really have a preference as to what we go for. I could check which I have and don't have on the alts, though. Who's in the banner? It's gonna be a power outage for me tomorrow. Is this like a planned thing, or is it like a big storm coming, or... When Julia gets remixed, I'll go for my last 4 copies then, I guess. Hey, T-Smasher. Been super sick recently. Was actually planning on going on vacation this week, but then literally got sick on Friday and turned out I had appendicitis. Yeah, I read that. Had to get emergency surgery. 2022 is just complete crap for me. It's, I mean, only up from here, right? Resting right now. That's good, that's good. But I feel so lazy just doing nothing. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing you can do for yourself. Especially if if you've been through something like appendicitis, you know? So take it easy, get 100%, as opposed to, you know, sometimes a lot of people will be going through something like that, and they're like, oh no, I gotta get back to work and do all this stuff, and then they don't give their body time to recover, and then it just ends up, you're not at 100%, so you can't be as productive as you were before, and you end up causing your body to prolong the recovery, if that makes sense. So yeah, again, resting sometimes is the best thing you can do. Oh, fairies in Breath of the Wild. That makes sense. Zelda fairies are OP. I almost died if it weren't for the fairy that revived me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about fairies in Zelda. It's getting hot over here. And getting close to... It was hot here a couple days ago. It was like 80 degrees. But now it's like we're getting frost warnings. So hey, it's freezing again. So like today started in like the mid 30s, and it got up to like I think 55 by midday, but I think it's supposed to get colder again. That's why I'm wearing these pullovers again. Pokemon Masters. That more beach ships for me and my Hilda plushie. Nice. Haven't touched Pokemon Masters recently. I've been focusing more on FGO. That's always because I have so much work to do right now. I get that. That's how a lot of people are when, you know, they're unexpectedly hit with, like, you know, whether it's illness or something. But sometimes to be like, let's say like in the next 30 days, like the next month for you, sometimes in order to get yourself to be the most productive over the next month, you got to give yourself a rest for a couple days here at the beginning, you know, especially if you're recovering, because otherwise, you know, it's better to be at 0% for like 3 or 4 days or even a week, and then be at 100% for the rest of the month, versus being like 40% for the entire month. You know what I mean? Hey, Keontae, 100%. 100% what? What's going on? What? Fairy, hey, look, hey, listen. By the way, I learned something today that's given me mixed emotions. My childhood home is being sold to possibly buy another place in Hawaii. Wait, buying another place? Pilatus, welcome in. I'm looking. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate that, and thank you for the posture check. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining today. We're gonna do some summons if you want to lurk for that and see what we get. And then, like I said, we are getting a mythic trailer in about an hour and a half. Met Sidon, and I'm guessing by the emotes, we're excited. Sidon's a cool guy. All right, let's see who I have in the alts. We have Marianne, we have Paula, and then we have Yuri. Paula, Marianne, Yuri. Okay, let's see. I don't see Paula there. We do have Paula on the iPad. Marianne, right? No Marianne here. And we have 2 Marianne on the iPad. Okay, so iPad's getting everything. And the phone has Yuri, the iPhone 10, the alt phone. There's Yuri. No Yuri anywhere else, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then on the main, let's double check that. I might have Paula. Never mind, I don't have Paula. I'm pretty sure I have Marianne. I'm pretty sure I don't have Yuri. Yep, we got 2 Marianne on here. And just double checking, but I'm pretty sure no Yuri. Yep, no Yuri. Alright. Fafnir Aurea for the Mythic Hero today. I feel like I have something in my eye, but I don't. At least I don't think I do. Family's considering buying a second place here to rent out or possibly move into. Oh, okay. Not anything finalized, but there's a small chance we end up staying in Hawaii longer now. How long were you initially expecting to? I mean, Hawaii's a nice place. Wait. What did I have here? Okay, so main... Sorry, the 10. Let's start with the iPad. iPad has Paula, Marianne. 10 has Yuri. Main has Marianne. That's it. Main downside that's worrying me is if we stay in Hawaii, I'll never be able to afford to get to my I can't talk today. I switched aligners, Invisalign aligners yesterday, so it is a bit of an adjustment the first few days of every new aligner, because obviously each new aligner is supposed to nudge your teeth a little bit further towards their correct position. So the first few days you're going to feel that pressure as it slowly moves into the new position, and then you get used to it until the next one. Hey Nanonator, welcome in. Can we get a shout out please? Also, did I see a follow? We got a follow. Abyss Lord Midnight, welcome in. Ooh, Midnight. How you doing today? Welcome. Let's see. But yeah, Hawaii's, I mean, I assume everything's more expensive in Hawaii, not just like living expenses. Planning to go to Vegas in June. I saw a list recently. I think Ratana posted it or tweeted it. They were like, how many of these cities listed have you been to? And some people were like, oh, I've been to this many, I've been to that many. And I counted, I think it was only like, I've only been to like, I think less than 10 of them. But it's still a good number, but you know. Would have been around 2.5 years most likely. Okay. I mean, 2.5 years goes by in a blink of an eye, so I don't know how long you're expecting to now. Oh, thank you for the shout out, Yuko. Thank you, and not good. Uh-oh. I feel like a lot of us are hitting a lull right now. Some more than others, but yeah, I've been a little bit tired this week because I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I've been tired, which means that I end up taking naps in like the afternoon, and then that means that I can't fall asleep when I try to at night, and then I end up staying up later than I want to. I'm in bed, but I end up not falling asleep, and then I wake up for work and I'm not rested, so then I take a nap later in the day, and then I can't fall asleep again at night. So yeah, but no, I think a lot of people in the chat right now are mostly we're all going through our own stuff, and you know, sometimes Twitch and other things can serve as a nice distraction to keep our mind off things. So, but I appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining in. For those that are new in the chat, my name's Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is actually day 1279 in a row. Although we've streamed more than that. It's just that that's how long the daily streak has been going. I stream mostly Fire Emblem because I'm a big fan of not just Heroes, but also Three Houses and you know, Echoes and Fates and Awakening and all the other games. You can see here, this is my collection from 4.5 years ago. Yeah, it is closer to 4.5 now. 4.5 years ago, and since then, since this picture is probably about 5 times bigger or more, I haven't had the room to take an updated photo recently, so hoping to do that at some point because yeah, Guinness World Record sounds really nice about now. Extra shifts for me, oof. I'm glad that's not really a thing for like teachers, but then again, we also don't get paid very well to begin with. Gotta take care of something, BRB. Oh, no worries, no worries. 30 years of Kirby, 30 years of Kirby. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how many of the like the newer classic franchises are already turning like, you know, 35, 30, 25. Because you know, it's weird. You think about how far gaming evolved from, like, for example, from 1985 until like 2000. Think about where we were game-wise in like 2000, or maybe a couple years later once that next generation had started. Like, think 2002. Think Kingdom Hearts. Think how we went from Super Mario Brothers in 85 to Kingdom Hearts in 2022. And then you think like, okay, since 2002, how much has gaming evolved? And I mean, visually, it's not as drastic a change from, like, you know, Super Mario Bros. To like Kingdom Hearts, but in terms of like expansiveness and, you know, the storytelling and voice acting and world building and just like and connectivity and all that stuff, it's kind of crazy how things have changed. And like, again, it feels like 2002 was yesterday for me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. All right, guys, let's summon. We're gonna summon on Fire Emblem Heroes today. Again, here is a look at our banner. Oops. Sorry. Here is a look at our banner. We're going to try and summon on the iPad that you see for Yuri. The iPhone 10 is going to summon for either Paula or Marianne. I'll let you guys pick. And then the main account, we're going to try and summon for Yuri. If we don't get Yuri, if we don't get colorless on the circle, we'll go for Paula because we do have Marianne on the main. So yeah, if you guys are just coming in, I do have 3 accounts. We're going to summon on all 3. We're going to start with the iPad here, guys. Let's go. Actually, let's pull up both. Let's see what we get. All right, so I guess we're not going for Yuri on the iPad, unfortunately. We do have Marianne and we do have Paula, so I guess we'll open up the iPad to everything. I'm going to do a chat poll real quick here. Manage poll. So I'll put all 5 stones up for vote. We'll do the iPad first, so cast your vote once I give the go-ahead. Top red for Paula. Left green, right red, bottom green, and blue for Marianne. Alright guys, cast your vote now in the poll to see what we're going to poll for on the iPad here. And then we'll do a poll on the iPhone 10 in a little bit here. But the iPhone 10, we only have Yuri, so we can go for the red for Paula. So we'll go for the 2 reds, or one of the 2 reds, I should say. But on the iPad here, again, we'll make it up to anything. That didn't make sense at all. We'll leave it up to you guys. You can pick from all of the stones on the screen for the iPad. So cast your vote now. Poll is active. We'll do that summon first. We'll do the iPhone 10, and then we'll switch over to the main. And then what's on the calendar for tomorrow? Yeah, we're expecting a trailer in just about an hour and a half. And then tomorrow is nothing going on in Faye. Nothing at all. So maybe we'll do some Switch stuff and collection stuff. Hey, Lilypad, welcome in. How are you doing today? Can we get a shout out, please, for Lilypad? How is your evening going? You're just in time. We're about to start our summons. There's a poll going on right now for which one of these 5 stones we should pull for on the iPad. We did not get the color of the unit that I don't have. So I'm letting chat pick from any of the 5 stones on the screen here. These painkillers are making me sick too. Yeah, sometimes painkillers are not pleasant. So I mean, their job is to make what could be worse not as bad. But yeah, they're not going to be pleasant. Feeling a bit dizzy, to be honest, taking them. Yeah. How many days have you been taking these painkillers now, and how much longer do you have to take them? Pretty good, just chilling with Rune Factory 5. Everyone's playing that these days. Not on stream. I'm saving hard for Brave Seliph. Over 800 orbs now. Congrats. Yeah, it's real good when you're getting to like a momentum in terms of saving orbs, because then it's like, all right, just keep going. Just keep going. But like once you get into that, like, oh, I got to spend a few orbs here and a few orbs there, it's really hard to save. But yeah, once you get that momentum going, and again, like the easiest way that I found to get that momentum is initially I was like, okay, I'll keep spending the orbs that I have on hand, but anything that goes into my inbox, which is usually like login bonuses and stuff like that, anything that goes in my inbox, do not touch until it's like, all right, in case of emergencies, break glass open. So that's when I'll finally pull those out. Like for example, on my main account, I think I have like 550 orbs on hand, give or take, and then I have, I think, roughly about that, if not more, in my inbox. Again, I'm not touching those until there's a unit that I really want to summon for, and spend like 1,500 orbs to plus 10 or something. Took them right after surgery. I'm just taking them on whenever the pain becomes a bit too high or a bit too tight around the stomach. Okay. Yeah, and again, it's not going to be pleasant, but if they're doing their job, their purpose is to make what could be even worse more manageable. I think. Oh, did we get a vote result? Let me see. View results. I didn't see the results. All right, chat voted unanimously for top red. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go top red here, chat. Let's get some Lilith emotes in the chat. I think the last I spent was around circle for the new heroes, and I got Tine. Nice. Yeah, Tine was my number 3 most wanted unit in the game that wasn't already in Fire Emblem Heroes. So I was super hyped when I saw her as the first unit revealed on that trailer. Thank you, Bowshock. Let's go. And we'll do another poll for the 10 here. for both for the reds. Let's see what we get on the iPad. We are getting. Ooh, I don't know if I have her yet. Yeah, she's in the 3-star pool, but Tanith is a relatively newer. She's not like super new, but she's relatively newer. All right, iPhone 10 alts. Let's see. We're going for the reds on the iPhone 10. Right red for Paula, and bottom red for Paula. All right, cast your vote in the poll for the iPhone. Still, I barely spent. I'm resisting. Yeah, again, once you get into that like saving momentum, like we sparked on that New Heroes banner, because Yuko made me, and because Tina was on it and Ishtar was on there, which Ishtar's pretty cool too. And I also ended up getting a Skahak, as well as actually no, I didn't get Arthur. It would be nice to get Arthur. Create the put the whole family together. But yeah, we ended up sparking on there. But again, I still have hundreds of orbs left over because I was just going for the spark. It's not like I was going for like 1200 or something like that. OG Tanith I have on the main. Nice. Kind of want Tina, but just like with Julia merges, I gotta be smart. Yeah, again, Tina is in the general pool, so I'm sure I'll get more copies of her eventually. But we were like, hey, let's try and get Tina and Ishtar. At least with the Ascendant units, those are in the general pool as well. But something like, for example, a Mythic hero, like we are getting announced today. Whereas like a Legendary banner, I'm not usually like, I'm usually like, okay, I'll get them eventually, not too worried. Whereas with Mythic units, I'll sometimes try to get at least one, because they're going to be a bonus Mythic in AR, usually sooner rather than later. So it's always nice to get at least one. Kind of want to, all right, that. Tunika, I know I like to kid around a lot and tease you and everyone here, but I love you all. Maybe it's just the painkillers talking and making me less shy. No, that's understandable. I like how, again, we can all joke around with each other, but I like how we're all in the end we're all supportive of each other. Vote, yeah. Make sure you guys vote in the poll. We got a poll on this iPhone 10 here. But thanks, T Smasher. Still can't believe I pulled a Senate Ishtar yesterday. Yes, congrats on that. What were the IVs again on that? Yeah, if you guys didn't see, Poshak pulled Ishtar, posted that in Discord. Our poll's almost over. Let's see what we get. Gotta keep reminding myself that Fallen Banner, Legendary, Edelgard merges, Sylvain merges, and 3 Hopes Adel, and Shez gotta take priority. Chat went right red for Paula. Alright, chat, here we go. Lilith emotes again. Lilith previously was my #1 most wanted unit in Heroes that was not already in Heroes. So when she was added, everyone got bumped up. And like I said, Tina was my #3 at the moment, but now she's off the list now because she's in the game. So yeah, I did update the list. I don't know if I finished that list. Pikachu81, welcome in. How are you doing today? Thank you, Boshak, for those Lilith emotes. Yeah, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen those Lilith emotes, we actually have a whole bunch of Fire Emblem emotes that you can get when you're subbed, or you can use your channel points to get some of them as well. But those are done by our emotes artist, Zadora. We got a 4-star Eloid. Thank you, Yuko. Thank you, Boashak. But yeah, so I gotta check actually real quick, because Twitch mentioned by accident that, hey, we added the emote artist role in Discord, so you can credit your emote artists. And then apparently they took it down within hours, because apparently that was accidental. They didn't mean to go live on that yet. But so that is coming soon if it's not already here. Let me check my roles manager real quick. Add new. Because I don't know how this works. I try to search for Zadora art and they're not here. Does it only search my existing? Like, how do I actually add someone to like the role? Like, if I type someone's name in the search thing, I have people here that are definitely not members of our community, but I can't find the people that I'm specifically searching for. Like, what is this search even? It doesn't work. All right, all roles, moderator, VIP, and editor. What's editor? Anyway, especially since my orb count is still only in the 330s. We need a Lucia emote. Yeah, I was trying to think like, hey, what would a Lucia emote be? Takes my look back. Oh no, it's Eloid. Long hair and short hair. How to add roles. How add a roles channel on Discord. Oh, speaking of that, since I know we have some Discord mods here, I do want to look into, you know how a lot of the Discord channels, they'll have something like, oh, if you want to be notified about things like movie night, or about this specific game, or that specific game, or when we go live and all that stuff, you can like self-react to like a post somewhere, and then you'll be auto-assigned a role by the bot. So that way, instead of having to tag everyone for like movie night or going live or other stuff, we can only just add that specific group of people that opted in for that. So I want to look into that at some point, just so we don't have to tag everyone that doesn't necessarily want to know about movie night or doesn't necessarily want to know about you know, collections or Fae or Smash Bros or Pokemon or whatever. So Twitch added something that doesn't work. What a surprise! Although, to be fair, the fact that Twitch is adding this is actually a nice thing. So it's like an extra role where we can recognize the emote artists. So it's a good thing they're changing or adding. And Discord mini games. Yeah, not sure how those bots work. Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We'll figure that out. I'll have a lot more time once summer starts. Maybe not a lot more time, but I'll have more time. Man, is there a shortcut for the Zora's Domain in Breath of the Wild? Like, the first time, no. Yeah, are you going through the path and everything, like following Sidon through the forest or whatever it is? Yeah, that's it's called teleporting there. Well, Leafy's playing the game for the first time, so you can't teleport where you haven't been yet. So yeah, you gotta travel there the long way first. You get places way faster by bomb jumping. All right, guys, we got Tanith, we got Ellawood, 3-star, and essentially a 3-star. We're gonna switch over to the main account. So you basically go to the path for now. But once you get there, set on what? Really? What? No. Wind Bomb BIL is an advanced technique though. Wait, what's Wind Bomb? I literally don't know this technique. It's the speedrun technique most people. Oh, okay. Most people can't do it. Then I don't have to worry about it. Oh, speaking of speedruns, I gotta start. I gotta play Radiant Dawn again. Apparently, I challenged Terra to a race in Radiant Dawn. I don't even know how those work, like races on stream. You freeze time with a bow and detonate a bomb. Oh yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about now. Never mind. I know. Pikachu, welcome in. Is it true that you have the largest Fire Emblem memorabilia collection? Most likely. It's never been verified. But so this is a picture of my collection from 4 years ago, actually 4.5 years ago, and this was like January 2018, so this is before Three Houses came out, and trust me, there's been a crap load of Three Houses merch that I've bought since then, as well as other merch from the rest of the series. But this picture's from 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, and conservative estimate, it's at least 5 times bigger than this picture now. So yeah. That's from January 2018. You can see in the center area there, I kind of separated the games. Hey, the Doctor, welcome in. How's your stream going? Welcome everyone. We're just taking a look at the photo of the collection here. But we're in the middle of our summons, so you're just in time to see my switch over to the main account, and we'll do something there. But thank you for the shout out, Yuko. The Doctor, how was your stream today? I know you're streaming some Fire Emblem Heroes. But yeah, Pikachu. So again, this is the photo from 4 years ago, and again, like I said, conservative estimate is that it's probably about 5 times bigger now. I just don't have the space to take an updated photo yet, so I'm working on that. Yuko, thank you for the collection link. Yeah, if you want to see a better photo of that, it's the same photo, but you can kind of click around, zoom in, and stuff like that. Take care of the lads. Stream went well. Just gotta finish up with arena. Oh, I gotta do arena at some point. But that's good to hear. The stream went well. Yeah, we're summoning on the dual skills banner. We didn't get anything on the alt account, so I'm gonna switch over to the main right now. Actually, give me just a second. Sorry, the volume's like really loud there. Well, I'm so happy I found you again. Rogers Base rated you last year, and I watched your stream and forgot to drop a follow. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Roger's a good friend of mine. He grew up in the same area as me. Yeah, he grew up maybe like, I want to say like 20 minutes away from me. So we're both from the Chicago area. We both got into the game industry around the same time. My first E3, I want to say, was 2008, and then his was 2009. So we both got into the industry as kind of like just amateur game journalists. So, but yeah, Roger's a good friend, and then he eventually moved out to California. I eventually wanted to move out to California once I got my teaching degree, but I ended up staying here for a while. But yeah, thanks for joining us. It's good to have you here. I assume that you are also a big Fire Emblem fan. Do you play Faye as well? We're doing some summons today, and we are expecting a Mythic Hero trailer tonight, so we're gonna see who's the new Mythic Hero going to be added to the game on Thursday. But yeah, who's everyone predicting? I know Kaizen has some genealogy expectations. I hate these electric monsters. Yeah, those are annoying. Those are annoying. Falada says, I got a headache reliever, med ad. I guess they really do know me. I mean, ads are targeted, guys. Ads are targeted. So, all right, we are on the main account now, guys. We're gonna summon for this Yuri here because I don't have Yuri on this account. If we don't get Carlos, we'll go for red because we don't have Paula on this one either. So here we go, guys. Hoping for Carlos. Hoping for Carlos. Hoping for Carlos. We have one Carlos. No need for a poll. All right, here, and he finally got to the Zora domain. Nice. Leafy has arrived, chat. Make sure you save. All right, let's get those Lilith emotes in the chat, guys. Oh, wait, by the way, guys, yeah, if you haven't seen those emotes, Boshak thinks Fafnir or Rhea. That's right, we don't have Fafnir yet. Thank you, Boshak. Let's get this Yuri. But yeah, guys, thanks to our emote artist Zadora, we have all these cool Fire Emblem emotes, and we are getting more. I've commissioned 6 more Fire Emblem emotes, and I'm gonna keep. It's Lena. We saw Lena in the anime the other day for our movie night. Because we watched the 2 episodes of the Fire Emblem anime. Plot twist, he gets Bernie. No, although it would have been kind of funny. But yeah, guys, we had like these cool Fire Emblem emotes that you can get when you hit that sub button, or you can use your channel points to get some of them. Yeah, we also have some follower emotes that are Tanuki themed. But yeah, those ones were by me. The Fire Emblem ones were done by Zadora. Still calling Heim. It just makes the most sense, in my opinion, given several things. We'll get Letizia soon. I think Letizia will be more of like a late book or early next book addition to the summoning pool as a mythic. Most likely end of book, if what I assume will happen. And we see this. It's the same pattern every book, near the end chapters of each book. So I think she'll be more of a late book edition. I'll play Xeno again. Okay. Yeah, how far are you in Xenoblade? Again, I do love the Xenoblade series. So at some point I gotta play the definitive edition, which I bought. But again, since I had recently played the original on the Wii and then the 3D version on 3DS, I was like, okay, let's just play the Future Connected for now. I'll go back and play definitive edition at some point down the line. Yeah, I think Letizia will either be midpoint banner next month or else in the book. I don't know. It's the way things have been set. I mean, to be fair, Fire Emblem Heroes is fairly bad with pacing within each book, but based on how it's built up so far, I don't see Letizia like dying or changing sides so quickly right now. Because like in order to be the mid-book edition or free mid-book, not free, but mid-book hero, she'd either have to die or change sides very quickly, and it doesn't look like she's gonna do that. So I'm thinking more in the book. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Faye. Actually pulled on the Brave Heroes Year 1 banner and got 5-star Mage Erica. Congrats. 2 Brave Lins, even better. 1 Brave Lucina, nice, and 1 4-star Wrath, easily my most lucky 7. Nice. And then yeah, you can always promote the 4-star too. All right, well done. Let's see here. Or Lord Asker or Lady Embla shows up. They could show up in the story at some point, I'm sure, but still the first chapter. Okay. Yeah. Xenoblade. It's again, once you get going and once you get that momentum, it's really hard to put down. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, because Xenoblade 1 is still my favorite. I thoroughly enjoyed 2 and Torna as well, but and X is fantastic and deserves to be continued. But they had to port the first one because not enough people played the first X for them to really justify a sequel yet. If that makes sense. But yeah, 1 is fantastic. Still calling midpoint being Bruno, and then he dies at the end of the book. What? You think we're gonna get Bruno finally, and then he dies? Really? That's like... I don't know. I honestly have no idea who else could be on the midpoint banner. I agree that I don't think she's dying that soon, but I have no idea who else could be the midpoint. Well, keep in mind, Mirabilis just came out of nowhere. Like, we didn't even know who she was until, like, she just showed up. So, you know. Midpoints both times have died. Did Mirabilis die? Is Mirabilis dead? Wait. Wasn't Dogger the midpoint? Or was it Note? I thought it was Dogger. I thought Note was added later. Right? Didn't we defeat Dogger first and she joined our side? So then we sought out Note and defeated Note. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm pretty sure Dogger was the midpoint. I could be wrong. Bruno dying in this book makes a lot of sense to fuel Veronica's progression and allow her to get ascended as the Queen of Embla. Like, while I completely agree with the assessment that she's not a likely candidate right now, I only tentatively list her there since there's no other... Okay, that's fair. I could kind of see Bruno, but they'll have to make him a new unit with a new preferred and stat lines and stuff to bring him on over. I also don't see Bruno dying. Bruno is unmasked and changes his name to Zacharias. Oh, that could happen. Because, like, it's pretty clear at this point that they're the same person. It's not even disputed anymore. It's like we know. That's why we don't talk about Bruno. Mirabilis didn't die. I spent way too much theorizing about this game. I do see dead people though. Note was the midpoint. Oh, it was Note. Okay. Huh. Why did I think it was Dogger? Someone that becomes an ally or dies are midpoint, I think. Mirabilis dies, the fairy realm is erased, and somehow Peony became part of our world. Wait, did Mirabilis actually die? Or are you just messing with me? Dogger was a random mythic. Note was the midpoint on the echoes. Oh, and then I am wrong. Alright, where'd my audio? My audio keeps cutting out. Bruno is Zacharias. Really? Next you'll be telling me that Sheik is Zelda and Link isn't Zelda. Well, I'm not going to spoil that because Leithy's currently playing through Zelda. Okay, why does my audio keep cutting out? Okay. Bojack, thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. No, Mirabilis actually dies. What? I gotta replay this chapter again. I gotta play actually the whole thing again at some point just to record it. Because I wanted to try and, like, yeah. I didn't recall Mirabilis dying. I think it's Kaizen's interpretation of the whole, like, the dream world kind of dissipating. You know what I mean? Thanks, Freya. Then again, I don't really pay that much attention to the story, so maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know. They just gloss over it, but the fairy realm is erased, which, as she's a part of it and didn't show up in our world, like, Peony means she's dead. Are we sure that she didn't show up, or she's just, like, sleeping in a field somewhere that we didn't found her yet? It's like one of those, like, you know, there are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know? It's like she got snapped to dust. Actually, Zelda's actually a pirate. That's true. Her name's Terra. Alright, chat. We did our summons. We have a trailer coming in like an hour. What do we do for an hour? Should we go through some collections? I gotta catalog some stuff and put them in boxes and store them away so I can actually have room to do stuff. Like all these boxes here. I have, how many boxes do I have next to me on my left? On my left specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are empty. I can get rid of 4 of them, but right now I'm just kind of using them as a table. This box I need to finish putting stuff into. This is like the Fire Emblem stationery box. There's like Fire Emblem post-it notes, Fire Emblem masking tape, Fire Emblem ballpoint pens, and yeah. So I gotta finish putting stuff in there so I can put that one away. On top of that is the remember when we went through all those rare and like the special items. So like your glass crystal stuff, and you know, this probably shouldn't be out in the open like this, where I have it actually slightly hanging over the other box in terms of like hanging off the box. Let's make sure this doesn't fall. It's all the expensive stuff. So that one has stuff, and that'll probably go inside a bigger box. Hey, language Boshak. And then, is there anything in that one? Yeah. Okay, never mind. I have 6 boxes that are empty. Yeah, I'm basically just using them as tables. Ground is a perfectly legit place to take a nap. I mean, fair, but there are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know. It's Tetra, not Terra. But speaking of Terra, did you guys see that Final Fantasy VI statue that's like $14,000? The MSRP when you do the exchange rate conversion comes out to closer to 12,000, but the retailers that are selling it internationally, they're selling it more close to like 14,000. Because again, 12,000 is only 12,000 because the yen is awful right now. Like this is the best exchange rate I've seen for yen and US dollars since I started looking at exchange rates, which has been like what, 12 years now. It's never been this high. Like for a while, I think it was like 126 yen per dollar when I started importing stuff, and then over the last like I want to say like 8 to 3 years, it was closer to like 100, so it's almost like 1 yen per penny, which is really bad for us. And then now it's like it's up to like 130 yen per dollar, so that's why it's 12,000 right now for that statue. And again, if it was closer to the 1 yen per penny exchange rate, then the statue would be more like 15,000. Oh, the funniest part, because I saw someone posting like, oh hey, this is available to order from this site that does ship internationally, but guess what, this $14,000 statue unfortunately does not qualify for free shipping, so you have to pay the $4 flat rate shipping. What time does the trailer start? 10 o'clock, so it's currently 9 here for me. So we have an hour. Terra Pirate, yes. With that, you can play more 3 houses. I could play more 3 houses, except my Switch is... I have to go get up to get it and put it in the dock. Oh, hang on, camera resetting. Play match in AR SD. Yeah, I fell out of Vault, so this week's AR is gonna be like super easy. Can't get over that they have English, British voices. Yeah. At least in Xenoblade, again, it's like a British English, whereas in Xenoblade 2, it's a more extreme. Well, I'll let you play those games. But again, I hope you enjoy Xenoblade 1. I thought, what was the mascot? Who, what, where? Also, Tetra is the second best Zelda. Breath of the Wild Zelda is first, both because character arc and growth. Also, her being British. British Zelda is the greatest thing Nintendo has ever created. I don't know. I kind of like. I mean, she doesn't say much, but I kind of like Twilight Princess Zelda too. Perhaps. I will say Breath of the Wild Zelda had more characterization. But I don't know. I think personally, this is just personally, I would still probably place Twilight Princess Zelda first. Breath of the Wild Zelda would probably be a close second. Would Tetra be third? Probably. I'm trying to think of the 3DS game. and maybe even the DS games. But right now, yeah, probably Tetra would be third. Well, Tetra's the one in the DS games, I guess. Or in Spirit Tracks, I guess. I think Skyward Sword Zelda is my favorite. I don't know if I would put her in like my top favorites. I mean, it was an interesting take on Zelda, but you know, I don't know if I would put her up there. Or do they always choose violence? Hey, Destiny, how have you been? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We just did our summons. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything. I really want Yuri, but oh well. And yeah, we're expecting a Mythic trailer in just under an hour, so we'll see who it is. But how have you been? He wasn't until Yoshi ate and killed him, and Bowser swore vengeance on the Koopa Kingdom. All right, we've had some Mario discussions recently, guys. Cause like there's no like we have the U.S. Mint that makes coins, and every other country has their own mints. There's no mint in the Mushroom Kingdom that we know of. Like, where are these coins coming from? Well, one place we do know that they come from is when you kill a Goomba or kill a Koopa, out pops a coin. So it's like, and what's in those mushroom box, or what's in those? So not the mushroom box. What's in those coin boxes? Those mystery question blocks. You know, is it just like a trapped Goomba? Or is it, I think someone mentioned, I think it was Kaizen actually that mentioned it was like a toad. So where do these coins come from? Is the reason that we keep getting into these wars with the Mushroom Kingdom and the Koopa Kingdom, is it actually because Princess Peach is a warmonger, and it's basically fueling the Mushroom Kingdom's entire economy? We've had this discussion. Please, my Final Fantasy sword costs $50,000. I don't know about if I believe that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the video on YouTube complaining about it. Oh my god! And there was another franchise that had another statue that was also like 5 figures like that. It was kind of ridiculous. I really hope I never have to deal with that in terms of Fire Emblem. No story darker than Digimon, darker than manga Yu-Gi-Oh! The plot thickens. I mean, Zelda has been pretty dark in the past. I feel like they were darker in the N64 days because they could probably get away with it. So anyway, it's kind of Australian voice. I feel like some of the characters are more like that, but I think in general it's like a British voice. And I explained a bit more and found him half naked top. Wait, what? What? Complaining about the Final Fantasy VI statue. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, that's a ridiculous price. Like, you go through the comments of like Square Enix announcing that, and you can see all these people like, oh yeah, I was prepared to pay like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for this thing, but sorry, $12,000 too much. And like, and then the other half of the chat other half of the comments is like, wait a second, wait, you had $5,000 to spend on the statue? TP Zelda is my least favorite. Really? Am I looking for conclusions, or does Nintendo like making their smart ladies British? I feel like a lot of people just associate a British accent with kind of like higher society, and most likely higher educated, you know? TP Zelda has a cool design, but I don't think she stands out as much as an actual character. Midna steals the show in TP. Agreed. Ocarina of Time is still my favorite for Zelda. I mean the Zelda character, Mario's actually a land pirate. How dare talk bad about Peach? Hey, don't tell Simblupa. Actually, no, Simblupa was in on this too. Or at least they were part of the discussion. Yeah, it was established that the bricks in Mario breaks in Mario 1 were toads transformed into bricks, so coins are likely souls in some form. Ooh, that's weird. Didn't like Twilight Princess either. I wanted to love it. The combat's amazing and the story's pretty good, but I don't like Midna. She's too sassy for me and there was nothing in Hyrule Field. I don't know, I probably would put Midna as my like top sidekick for Link. I did see some people say they like Fi a lot, which I thought she was okay, but I don't know, Midna just... maybe it was the sass, I don't know. Maybe she just seemed to have like a better like characterization and personality. Although it did seem weird that when we finally meet her in her normal form, she's like a completely different personality. It's like, where did that come from? But no, I love Twilight Princess. I love the aesthetic. It's not a perfect game, and it definitely feels rushed in the back half of the game, which I'm sure stems from the fact that they were developing this game for the GameCube, and they were told midway through development, hey, by the way, we're making releases for both GameCube and the Wii. So I'm sure that had a big part of it, or had much to do with it. But even as you know, as imperfect as the game is, and unbalanced, I guess I would say it is. The pacing is unbalanced. I still love Twilight Princess. I love the aesthetic. I love the story. Yeah. I think Twilight Princess looks pretty, but she barely does much in plots for TP, if I recall correctly, and her persona is really boring. Found the apprentice section of the game, or sorry, not apprentice, appearance section in the game. Okay. Yeah, it's I mean it's an RPG, so you know the rule with RPG, guys. The less clothes you wear, the more resistance you have. That's just how it works. Who would pay for just a figure? I mean, depends on the price, Bojack. Like if it's reasonable, I've bought several Fire Emblem figures. I bought 3 of the Lyn statues, and actually this summer I'm getting 3 Marth statues and 3 Ike statues. For the Xenoblade ones, I only ordered 1 of each, so like Melia. Did I order Nia? I think I ordered Nia. That one was expensive. But yeah, Fire Emblem ones I ordered 3. So 1 to keep sealed, 1 to open and display at some point, and then 1 is for. Okay, the third one. Whenever I buy 3 of something for Fire Emblem, the third officially I always say, oh, it's for a future giveaway. But honestly, in the first purpose of that third copy is so that if the one that I buy sealed and the one that I buy to keep opened and display, if among those 2 I get one that's, if I get none in those 2 that are like good enough to keep sealed, the third is just so I have another option to be like, okay, let's look at these 3, which one's good enough to keep sealed? Okay, this one. And then once I have that one that I have picked sealed and I have one that I can open, the last one, it's like, okay, we can give this away and, you know, whatever. But the purpose of me buying 3 is to make sure that I have at least one that's in good enough condition to keep sealed. I think I saw something about someone sold the Tales of Arise Master Core replica that wasn't supposed to be sold for over 10 grand. Oops. Hey, it's the collector black market, guys. I mean that does exist. Like apparently that original drawing of Longku and Jerome that I bought. Apparently I'm not supposed to be talking about that. Let's see here. It also didn't really like TP either because I didn't like most of the dungeons up until Snow Peak and Arbiters. But other than that, there weren't many other dungeons there, and I found the game overall too easy. I probably agree it's a little on the easier side. I do remember flying through that game relatively quickly because that game came out. I want to. Was it my sophomore year of college? Yes, sophomore year of college. It came out the Friday before Thanksgiving, which, surprise, surprise, is literally the day I came home from college for a week-long Thanksgiving break. So I was like, all right, I gotta finish this game in a week. Oh yeah, it was convenient, huh? Because I get back in college, I got 1 week for Thanksgiving. It wasn't Friday actually. No, it launched on the Sunday. So I got home from college on that Friday, which was the PlayStation 3 launch. Then there was Saturday, and then the Sunday was the Wii launch. That's right, it launched on a Sunday. So I lined up at Toys R Us on the Saturday with my friend, who co-founded the Tanuki with me. So we lined up on Saturday, all day Saturday, got the Wii at midnight, went home, set everything up, started playing through Twilight Princess, and I wanted to finish it before I got back to school a week later. And I was able to get through it pretty quickly, which at the time I was still relatively new to the Zelda franchise. Like I was maybe playing Zelda for I think 6 years at that point. British accent equals sophistication. Yeah, that's generally the association that most people make. What's going on with my hair? It's standing up again. You got a haircut. Never finished Twilight Princess. It's relatively easy. I think you can get through it pretty quickly. Oh wait, thank you for the hydrate. Fee's the only sidekick that got on my nerves when she spent a whole 5 minutes telling me my Wii Remote's batteries were low. I remember that. I like TP as a game, but TP Zelda isn't super compelling as a character in my opinion, although I do like something that happens toward the end with her. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I do. Someone has an obsession. Hey, Lord Gregorius, welcome in. How are you doing today? Can we get a shout out if we haven't already? I'm so behind on chat. Nanonator, welcome back. You're woozy. Ooh. Yeah, everyone in chat's going through something today. So, Navi's the worst Zelda sidekick, obviously, but I really enjoyed Eslo. Ooh, Eslo. Yeah. That was, I think it was a fun one. You say it's a giveaway, but you never do. I do giveaways, yeah. I just spread them out. I spread the big ones out. Should we do a giveaway for May? What do you guys want for May? We still have that Shadows of Valencia that was supposed to do a giveaway of on the 2 subathons ago, but we didn't have enough we didn't have enough subs to do the giveaway. So I still have it ready to go. We could do that. It's also the anniversary month of the US launch of Shadows of Valencia, so we could do that. 5th anniversary of the US launch will be in, I think, May 19th. I could be wrong on that. It's around then. Same with King of Red Lions. We're Americans. We don't say we do. Wait, what? Oh, Christian, the steelbook case for Arceus. Do you need it to be in mint condition? As in the plastic wrapping as well? No. Yeah, for Pokemon, I mean, if I have something that's you know, sealed, cool, but it's not like it's not like my Fire Emblem collection where I want something in, like, you know, factory sealed condition and like it's a must, or I have to seek out another. Speaking of Final Fantasy, I've been playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius War of the Visions on mobile. They just now finished adding the Final Fantasy 6 characters in the game, and tomorrow they're collabing with Persona 5. Ooh, Persona 5 fans in the chat, take note. Yeah, I haven't played Final Fantasy in a while. I did recently buy on my Switch, because I never played the ones on PlayStation. Oh, okay. I did start Final Fantasy 7 like 3 times, but I've never finished it. So I gotta finish that. I bought on the Switch 7, 8, 9, which I believe is also my 3rd copy of owning. But I've yet to start it, and I want to start it. 10 and 10 2 HD. Guys, I was this close to starting 10 and 10. Starting 10 these last few days for just because I felt like it. I also bought 12, which my siblings also bought me for the PS2 like years and years ago, and I did start it. But the problem is I don't have my own PS2. At the time, I was living at home and using my brother's PS2. So I started it, didn't get very far, but I haven't played it since. But now I bought it on the Switch, so I can play it now. Nanator. Oh. Why did I level up while I was jumping? Don't know. Oh, wait. No, I don't. No, I know what you're talking about. I don't. Cause yeah, you'll find that you like level up, or certain characters on your team will level up as you're doing stuff. I think maybe it's. Does surviving a fall? No, I don't think it does. Although you will take damage. Yeah. Zelda's my favorite series. Yeah, Zelda was up there for a while for me. Like, because again, my first Zelda that I tried was Majora's Mask. I rented it from Blockbuster when it came out. Blockbuster rentals for new releases were 2 days, guys. I didn't get very far on those 2 days, but then I was like, okay, I like this game so far. Let's go out and buy the one that everyone's talking about. Let's buy Ocarina of Time. So I bought that. Well, my parents bought it for me. Loved the series then. Became a big fan of it. Harvest Ground is my favorite Zelda dungeon, so I can't dislike TP in its entirety. At least enjoyed it a lot more than I did when I did Ocarina upon replaying Ocarina later. Doing pretty good. Thank you for the shout out, Yuko. Tired, was up late last night and long days at work. Yeah, I've been real I mentioned this earlier. Been real tired this week in terms of like, okay, I'm gonna take an afternoon nap just to, you know, feel more rested. And then because I take a nap, I can't sleep, or I can't fall asleep on time later that night. So I end up not getting as much sleep that night, and then I wake up and I'm tired again, and so then later on I have to take another nap after I get home from work, and it's a snowball effect. Hey, that's me. You'd be like, yep, that's me. Still need to catch up on Pokemon Go. I haven't played Go in a while. Okay, I'll keep the spare one aside for you. Thank you. Does the Persona 5 crossover mean 5 vanilla or 5 royal? Or royal, or if it's royal, does it have Sumi? So you didn't play 7 remake? No, I do want to finish the original before I attempt the remake. Boshaki beat the remake? Well, the remake's not done though. It's like part of it. When do you guys think Final Fantasy 7 remake is actually gonna be finished? Like the entire story. Sleeping like a responsible adult clearly isn't working for me, so I guess the only natural next step would be ritual sacrifices. Maybe this is how we all find out that like adults never actually slept. It's just like constant tiredness. All right, we have about 45 minutes till this trailer. Do you guys want to go through some collection stuff? We're just sitting here. Although I do want to use up my stamina. I don't like sitting at max stamina. Let's get some SP on my newer Erica here. This is bow week, but oh well, whatever. Yeah, I got a Brave Erica on the recent Hero Fest banners for Golden Week. So now I have one for each season. Hey, just one locale, welcome in. How are you doing today? Sleep is for a week, work more. No, guys, don't do that. It's a collaboration with Persona 5 Royal, but I don't know the characters who are in the game. I can look it up for you. Okay. Yeah, Kaizen's a huge fan of Persona. I do want to get into the Persona games at some point, just but I don't have a PlayStation right now. Although apparently it's real easy for me to get PlayStation 5s, judging by the last few I've gotten from my coworker. So I'll probably try to pick one up at some point. Ooh, don't die. Yeah, again, I don't like sitting at max stamina, because then you're just like wasting stamina. Look how the Camilla. I'm gonna move into range here. Please Athos or Degensia, please. Those would be interesting. I think is Athos on my top 20 most wanted? Where's my list? Hold on. So for those that don't know, I keep a list of my top 20 most wanted heroes for Fire Emblem Heroes that aren't yet in the game. And whenever, like, for example, Tina was number 3 on that list for a while now. So when she got into the game recently, I was like, all right, she's off the list and I can bump people up. And then we modified the list recently so it's more up to date. So currently, here's my top 20 in case you guys are curious. Number 1, most wanted that's not yet in the game. And by the way, there are some of these that are, if I say the name, you'll be like, wait a second, they're in the game. But they have an asterisk next to their name in my list. And basically that means that we have a seasonal or something, or like alternate universe version of them. But not the base version of the character that I want. So, number 1, Lucia. Specifically from Radiant Dawn. Because I like the short hair version of Lucia better. 2, Sebra from Awakening. 3, Maiko from TMS, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. 4, Nina from Shadow Dragon. 5, Lyra from Radiant Dawn. 6, Noir from Awakening. 7, Medeus from Shadow Dragon. 8, Henri from Shadow Dragon. Ish. 9, Limstella from Blazing Blade. 10, Fallen Lilith from Fates. 11, Leonie from Three Houses. 12, Boyd from Path of Radiance. 13, Hardin from Shadow Dragon. 14, Patty from Genealogy of the Holy War. 15, Ashunara from Radiant Dawn. 16, Vake from Awakening. 17, Kurthnaga from Radiant Dawn. 18, Guy from Blazing Blade. Remember Guy? 19, Ayaha / Aversa from TMS. And 20, Valadar from Awakening. So I guess Athos isn't on my top 20, but he is on my short list for specifically for Blazing Blade. Yep. Next to Guy, Limstella, Effidel, Sane and Kent. Remember Sane and Kent? Most wanted was secretly always Gatekeeper. We got a Gatekeeper on the CYL 4 banner while trying to go for Edelgard. I was like, wait a second, which banner are we on? Like, I actually had to do a double take. Joker, Queen, and Violet are the only characters coming to Final Fantasy War of the Visions. And that's for mobile, right? Alt Gatekeeper definitely needed. Mythic Gatekeeper today. I don't think they're Mythic. There's a Fallen Lilith. Someone show me. More. Okay, so I do the air quotes for Fallen Lilith because... Okay, spoiler alert. In case you guys haven't played Fates DLC. Spoiler alert right now. She starts out as, like, the evil daughter of Anankos. But then, after the events of, was it Hidden Truths? Was that the name of it? After the events, she's like, oh, now I have to take care of Corrin. So she's like, all good now. So, but yeah, I want to see Fallen Lilith. So it's really more like, she's not fallen, she's like pre-redeemed Lilith, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So it'd be kind of cool to see that version in Fae. Also, if like, to see how people in Fae would react, including the Lilith that we have already, maybe. Although I don't know, sometimes I get my hopes up too high about Forging Bonds, and usually it's like I'm like, oh yeah, let's I want to see Lilith finally, you know, interact with Korn and be like, oh, I'm your, you know, spoiler here. And then all it is like, oh, I can talk to animals, you know, stuff like that. Violet Isumi, looks like I have a new game to get into, and it's for mobile. Lilith was evil in the yeah, there you go. Fallen Gatekeeper is Crimson Flower Gatekeeper. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah. I see what you did there. Hey, Osbeer, don't mess with my dear Lilith. Hey, she was like that first. It'd be interesting to see like Lilith and Fallen Lilith interact with each other, kind of like we saw Leon and Fallen Leon interact with each other. And I agree with Kaizen. That was a fantastic Forging Bonds and revelation there between Leon and Fallen Leon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and read their Forging Bonds conversation, because it's pretty fantastic. But yeah. Usually I when I think like, oh, I want them in the game because I want them to have this amazing Forging Bonds conversation, because, you know, it's like an additional support. But then oftentimes stuff in Forging Bonds, because again, it's technically not supposed to be canon, so they can't really do anything too significant. But that Leon stuff, that was fantastic, because like I feel like that was more a suspicion that the fans had about original Leon in Fae, but the Forging Bonds kind of confirmed. Crimson Moon, Gatekeeper summons the dead. Ooh. Speaking of red moons, how you enjoying those there, Leafy? I really want to see MEDEUS. Yeah, how do we not have MEDEUS yet? And Risen King Crom. Yeah, a lot of people are expecting Risen King Crom at some point. So maybe this year's for the Fallen Banner, which I believe is around the 10th-ish, or maybe I think the banner's on the 10th. Fallen Dimitri and Leaf were a great combo. That was a good one. Yeah, I remember that one. The Leon one confirming the theory was the best. Yeah, that was a pretty amazing one. Yeah. So surprised they haven't added MEDEUS to the game yet. Yeah, it's shocking to me with like the pedestal they put that first game on, which I'll admit, yeah, they do put that game on a bit of a pedestal. But given that, it's kind of surprising we don't have MEDEUS. Or how is it pronounced in the anime that we watched the other day? MEDEUS. So, yeah, for those that don't know, we do a movie night every weekend in Discord, !Discord if you need the link. But while last week was supposed to be a Marvel week, because we usually, right now we're trying to get to the MCU, so we alternate every other week as an MCU movie. But we decided to swap last week with this week. So this week we're going to watch Spider-Man Homecoming. But last week, because it was the week of the Fire Emblem anniversary, we watched both episodes of the Fire Emblem anime in English, ripped off the Laserdisc, which is the highest quality version that exists publicly. Oh, you know, it'd be good, because they've been remastering a lot of like old shows and old anime and old cartoons. I don't know if they, I assume it's been converted to film at some point for preservation. But I mean, again, it was a mid-90s anime, so it's probably only, it could potentially only exist in video format, as opposed to film, which means that there probably isn't a higher res master anywhere. But I mean, hey, that's where you do the more involved restorations, and it's only 2 episodes. They could go in and do that if they wanted to. Also, Julia got to interact with Fallen Julia in the Magical Girl. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. Is that the Tiny Hands Azura alt? Wait, which one? What? Tiny Hands. Don't remind me either. I'm gonna be horrible with the affinity with other characters in games. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, thank you for the Discord link. I'm shocked Marcus of all people. Yeah, Marcus is not in Fae either. Is Marcus on my short list? Marcus should get on here. Well, okay, hold on. Is me being shocked that they're not in the game a reason to put them on my most wanted list? Probably not. I hope he doesn't get the Seth treatment. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Seth alt at this point. Is anyone else surprised about that? Oh, you can level up just by talking. Yeah, I like that. It's weird. You get experience points in Xenoblade for like the weirdest things. Blue Tail Missoura's tiny. Really? Oh, not really tiny. Wait a second. Oh, there we go. I couldn't see the arrows. It's not really tiny. Yeah, I don't know about that. It would be so cool if MEDEUS was a grand hero battle. It would have been awesome for unit. Yeah, I would assume either something like, I assume if they got into the game by now, they probably would have been a grand hero battle. But at this point, I don't know. Could they be mythic? I don't know. And we got Grima, or female Grima is a mythic, or no, legendary. My bad. There was a small conversation with Shulk and Fiora. Oh yeah, those ones. Yeah, obviously, because those are between characters, and usually there's like a little cutscene sometimes between those. A lot of units don't have, a lot of units don't have alts. I think I chose the right answers. Yeah, I mean, don't stress yourselves out too much about those, but yeah, they do help. They give you experience and stuff and items. Setha's at least better than Matilda. Yeah, Matilda. We need a Matilda also bad. I'm waiting for the day the Asker trio gets legendaries or ascendants. I think, yeah, we think we are gonna see ascendants of the, well. No, I can see, well, at least Alphonse and Sharena. Like, I could see them doing something special for Anna at some point. I just don't see her being, like, a legendary or I mean, yeah, she's a commander of the Order of Heroes, but I don't know. I've only played FE7, 8, Awakening Fates, and 3 Houses. I might be wrong about this, but do you guys think we have only a limited number of mythic candidates left? I mean, it's not infinite, but we still have quite a few candidates. I think so. A little out of the loop. What's the difference between mythic and legendary? Well, okay, so they're a little inconsistent, but in general, okay, let's set aside OCs for now, like from Faye. I think Kaizen might actually have the way you explained it the other day. It actually made sense to me. But setting those aside, so legendaries, the ones that we've seen so far, have generally been like the lords of the games, like the playable lords or secondary lords. So like the main characters, for example, like like Marth and Ike and Corrin and Sigurd and stuff like that. Or you get secondary lords who are royalty or amazing units in their game. So you get characters like Lina, for example, or Micaiah. I think we're gonna get a Lincia at some point. So characters like that, the ones that are either the main heroes of the games or other significant royals of the games. Whereas mythics. Whereas mythics are those that have some kind of like additional power, if that makes any sense. Or maybe they're a dragon, for example. So we've seen, although again, it's weird that Grima and Tiki ended up being legendary, but to be fair, there weren't mythics at the time that they were added in as legendaries. But yeah, but the thing is though, we've seen other characters that are humans get in as mythics, but the argument there was that they were either blessed by gods or their weapons were blessed by gods, which begs the question, if Altina can be a mythic because her swords were blessed by the goddess, does that mean we could get a mythic Black Knight? Does that mean Ike could be a mythic? Wait, who else? Oh, wait. Who brought in Radiant Dawn? Because remember how Ike left Ragnell behind, I think, at his father's grave, I think. And then someone later in Radiant Dawn, who was it? Was it Ranulf? I think it was Ranulf. Brought Ragnell back to Ike. Does that mean we could get a mythic Ranulf? I don't know. But yeah, because Altina is a mythic, that means that Soen and the Ginsia, probably Leiran as well, would eventually be mythic. We have a Nankos, almost all the Crusaders, most of the Olivian legends left. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. And also Ike and Zelius could be mythics as they do have the blessings of a god. There you go, yeah. I think that Ike and Zelius is kind of a hard push for mythic considering Ike is already a legendary. It just means we don't have precedent yet. Could happen, but if it does, Grima, Tiki, and some other units would definitely become mythics as well. Yeah, I could see that. Because again, they should have been mythic, those two specifically, Grima and Tiki. They just didn't have mythics at the time. Do you really think Henri could get in? I think Henri at some point will be a legendary because like he's already a legendary person within the lore of Shadow Dragon and Mystery of the Emblem already. Mythics are either gods, demigods, godlike beings, or have the blessings of the god, or their odor. He just breaks the rules because Fey OC is gonna Fey OC. Yeah. I think I understand. Or just Fey OCs. Well, not all Fey OCs, because, like, for example, Book 2 and Book 1. Like, yeah, Alphonse and Trina are not, and Veronica are not mythics. Fjorm and her family and Leigh-Yarn and her family are not mythics. Surtur, you know. Mythics are like mythical figures, either gods or historical figures. Legendaries are heroes. Yeah, basically. Mythic Effie. Wait, Mythic Effie. What? Also, hold on. Let me make sure that we're set up for this trailer. Let me pull up a... Oh, I think it's already turned on. Let me... Oh, it's turned on. Let me check this real quick here. Ignore the... This is from the Young Heroes. Okay, we're good. Pause. Alright, so we're set up for the trailer when it drops. It should be in about 27 minutes now, guys. Nowadays are either protagonists of main characters, protagonists or main characters. Female Grima is an exception because Mythics, yeah, Mythics didn't exist when she was added. Yeah, like I said, I do think we are going to get a legendary Alincia. I think Anankos would most likely be Mythic. They're like a living legend, but... So happy I get to watch this trailer with you. I didn't even know there was one coming. Yeah, we always kind of know when to expect the trailers. Although they've been fairly inconsistent maybe the last like 3 or 4 months with like new hero banners. But for Mythic Heroes, they're usually on the dots 2 nights before. Summer Duel? Yeah, we can do Summer Duel. Let me finish up this special training here and then we'll pull that up. Just want to look out. Are you on my friends list already? Because if not, I gotta make space. I'm at 150. I need them to add more space to the friends list, guys. And my hair is doing a weird thing again. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I just don't like sitting at max stamina, so I might as well get some of these in here. There we go. Oh, yeah, are you on my friends list already? Or no? No? Okay, I gotta make space then. Exclamation Faye if you need the code. Yeah, we're at 150. I know I'm not a consistent viewer. I get pretty tired in the evenings, but I do watch the movie nights. I appreciate that. I'm glad you seem to be enjoying those. Hey guys, again, we do movie nights every Saturday. So again, because we switched last week and this week, we're gonna end up with 2 back-to-back Marvel weeks. This weekend is going to be, this Saturday night after stream is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming. Then next week I believe is Thor Ragnarok. Yes. And then... Oh, did I say... I might have said the other day it was Black Panther, but apparently it's Spider-Man, then Thor Ragnarok, then Black Panther. And then Avengers Infinity War, which I actually haven't seen since I think it came out. What's happening? Miko, thank you for the follow. Interesting number there. That's my coworker's favorite number, 83. It's a reference to a Chicago radio show. Wish I could still watch movie nights. They were fun. Maybe eventually try and convince the family to let me use their computer. I mean, you can still watch though, right? I think I asked you this, but you can still watch. It's just you can't like interact as much. So, but at least if you want to see a movie, you can. All right, let's see who to get rid of here. Maybe I should just work on building a Summer Duel team on my iPad where I have more room to add people. Who to get rid of? See, it's always hard to get rid of one person because I don't... So a lot of these people do drop by from time to time. Delete me? No, you're in the chat. from time to time. Hey Tanuki, what do your SD teams look like? Crap. Wait, what are we doing? Redemption. So we'll do that, and then we got the trailer in about like 25 minutes. Have we seen Optic Treat in a while? I don't think we've seen him in chat in a while. Egg Love drops by from time to time. Who's Boom Toast? Have they been here in a while? Don't mind, you can add me later if you need a bad Grima. I will keep you for now. I can watch, I just can't have the interaction in chat, which is what makes it so fun. It basically becomes like watching a movie on my own, which is way less fun. I mean, I watched the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie while I was at work the other day. Don't tell anyone. Hyena. We haven't seen Hyena in a while. Isn't Hyena one of our mods? What are they on now? Umbreon? Take me off if you want. Nah, we'll keep you on there. Yeah, they're one of our mods. I feel like when I watch you play SD, the thing that I would think you need to change is being more aggressive. That's true. I do need to be more aggressive. I'm very much a defensive player. That's why I can never win in Fortnite. That's why I played it for like 1 month and I stopped. Umbreon, yeah, they're on Umbreon. What were they before that? Was it Maria the Glaceon? I think it was Glaceon. But I think they're on Umbreon now. Let's see. Derica, Edwin. See, sometimes I prioritize people that haven't played in a while. Like, for example, these guys have all played, like, within hours. But then sometimes I'll be like, oh, when were they last in chat? Giving up too much space is actually quite disadvantageous. Yeah, again, it's just me not being used to that mode specifically. Prefer defensive playstyle as well. Yeah, and again, that works in some modes, but for summer duels, it just does not work. And again, that's how I played it Fortnite too. Like when it finally came to Switch, I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. We'll see how it is. But as good as I am a defensive player, you can't win in Fortnite if you're defensive. You can get maybe like top 3 or top 2 even, but if you're gonna win that final, 1v1, you need to be aggressive. What do my earbuds come with a spare set of mismatched squishy things? Mismatched? That's weird. I mean, they usually give you options for different size ears, but if they were mismatched, that's odd. Trying to take up the space in the middle for the territory is often quite important. Yeah, and I often do that so that way I keep them, or not often, but I try to do that sometimes if I can remember to, like, oh, hey, I gotta get in the zone. And that's why you can often see me, at the very least, I often get my Regan, who's currently my captain, into like into the zone or the circle, or I call it circle. It's like it's a PUBG reference. But I need to get better at taking over that whole area. Prefer defensive playstyle as well. Your mods ain't loyal a mod. They added a non-building mode in Fortnite. I saw that. And like I remember someone like jokingly like who builds anymore in Fortnite? But yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was always the thing with me in Fortnite, like, because I watched a friend of mine stream a lot of PUBG, and he tried Fortnite as well, and he was actually pretty good at both. But like, maybe it's just because I watched him play more PUBG. I would try Fortnite. I'd be like, I'm just not a builder, and like that was for a long time. That was like the thing you needed to get good at if you wanted to be good at Fortnite. Clear throat, Jim. How many mods do we have that aren't here? It's a reason why saves are very good things. Yeah, I keep dying to Ascendant Idune in Summer Duels. Safe plays while being aggressive, or at least being able to decide your trade-offs, since your win conditions can be reliant on your aggressor, for instance. Yeah. Hey, Splatfest Queen, welcome in. How are you? Playing 2 games and watching this? Nice. I always like to multitask on Twitch, because I have multiple devices. So usually if I'm, at least if I'm at home, I'll usually be watching at least 2 streams. One on my phone, one on my iPad. Picture-in-picture is a great thing, guys. Okay, I had fun with Xeno, but my lower abdomen hurts now. I hate it. Ugh. Yeah, take it easy then. For example, if I see a team with Legendary Sigurd with Trace and I had a Brave Erica, I would know that she would be important for a win condition. Yeah. My abdomen and stomach hurt like heck. Spider-Man's in the game now. I saw that, yeah. Ascendant Idun is cracked. Yep. Yep. I need one. I want one. She's in the general pool, which is good. But I don't have her yet. Let's see. Who's Jet? I don't know who Jet is. That is a +10 legendary Byleth. Chad's dad, Wolfaria. Have we seen Wolfaria in a while? Sally. Who's free to bully? Apparently they're pretty good. 32 crowns. +10 Ilger. Mergurger. I don't know who this is. That's the thing with like Japanese names. I can't remember who's who. Hars. We haven't seen them in a while, have we? I wonder who Lumity is. Flyer Lover. That's speaking of Jim. I'll say if you can build. Wait. We'll say that if you build a speed Ascendant Idun with Savvy Fighter, that might be the best tank in the game. Would noted. At least I try to be here when I can't. Still, Jim and Arena just seem to vanish. Although Jim is more into the Discord side. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Umbreon pops in from time to time, at least. Hold on a second. Okay. Even if they don't enforce, break the rules constantly. Wait, what happened? Who's doing what now? Can we keep the Fire Emblem Heroes channel on topic, guys? All of you. Alright, let's see if we can get this friends list thing sorted out here. Again, trailer in 16 minutes, guys. Let's see if your predictions are right. Has anyone else not made a guess yet at who we expect to see? We haven't seen Tree Man in a while. They haven't been in chat. I see him occasionally on Twitch, but I don't know if they play Faye as much these days. Who's Moles? Apparently they're pretty good. 111 crowns. Misai? Saint? Who's Saint? Samani, Big Juicy Nut, Plardy. Who's M9 Zirion? Sleeps. Sunset hasn't played in 4 weeks or more. Probably closer to 8 weeks now. We haven't seen Church in a while. You know who we haven't seen in a while? I was actually thinking about them today because I was in Kron's stream and I was like, we haven't seen Pyro Rose in a while. Atri, Tay, we haven't seen Tay Almighty in a while. Pokemaster, welcome in. Season Light and Dark. IG's Pokemaster. Lift is okay. Are you still on my list here? I'll have to check. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Enderkev. We haven't seen Enderkev in a while. Odorode, haven't seen them in a while. Lazarus. That's a +10 if you want, though. I kind of want to keep that. I think you should just make a fair rule that if someone's away for 4+ weeks, you can take them off. If they want to come back, they can just ask. That's true. But the trade-off, though, is that oftentimes they'll have like a really good unit and that I can use them for filler units when I need them for Pawns of Loki or Rival Domains or Grand Conquest. So that's why. I actually came back a few months ago when I saw Fallen Edelgard had the highest pull rate in a long time. Yeah. Yeah. She's a unit that you come back for. Most definite. Coin 9 is neat. Who is this? +10 Thea. Evan KPB. Wait, who's Evan KPB? I feel like this name is... I've seen this name come up recently somewhere. Pingu, Aku... Who's Ochi? Who's Ochi? Yuko... Who's Vistarius Saga? Don't know that one. Super Alexa we haven't seen in a while, I don't think. +10 Lilina. Vincent... don't think Vincent's ever been in our chat. I think I'm on the iPad list, not the main account list. Okay, I can add you too here. I hope the scars from the surgery fade away soon. Yeah. Can't go swimming and take off my shirt in public anymore since it looks so grotesque. I just don't go swimming. Alright, who's Lauren? I don't even remember who this is. I'm sorry if you're in the chat. Didn't mean that how it sounded. You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. I think we will remove Lurin because I don't remember who this is. Swimming? Yeah, I don't go swimming. I don't float. That's the problem. Who's Mike? Oh, okay. So Mike. Whoever Mike is has Tsubasa. For a second, I saw this Ike here. I was like, Mike and Ike? Is that what you're going for there? But no, they're on separate accounts. Everyone floats. I don't. I usually wear a shirt when swimming, anyways. I don't like wearing a shirt when swimming. If I'm gonna swim, yeah. But I just don't go swimming. Hey, Bill rejoined the Discord with a new name now, new account. I think their account got. I hate when people call it hacked. They just were victim to like a phishing attack or something. Arya drops by from time to time. We haven't seen Sable in a while. I know they had some stuff going on that I didn't want to pry. Riku is Polar, Bobo, who's Mecha? Captain Ike. Weeb, Leafy, Arku. We haven't seen Arku in a few days actually. I hate swimming. Yeah, I don't like swimming. Otherwise the Titanic would have been way less lethal. Hey, Egglove. Hey, we were just talking about you. We were going through the friends list here. How you doing? I gotta make 2 spots open here. We haven't seen Nisku in a while. It's been a while. Find another. How you doing, Distrar? Welcome. Fatal because of cardiac arrest. When you go into freezing water, many people can die in like 10 seconds. Yeah. Wait, is this the beginning of the list again? Has Carl been here in a while? Zophie, I don't know if you've seen Zophie in a while. What time is it? Okay, we got 11 minutes still. Who's Jet? Benny and the Jets. This is because the heart is not used to the cold and the blood going back can just kill you. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing okay. A little tired this week. I don't know why. My name is just Cal on the game. My unit is +10 Gatekeeper. Okay. Also, let me... Oops. Some of these are already done. Okay. Guess I'm immune to heart attacks. Spent 30 to 40 degree spent hours in 30 to 40 degree water in Oregon one night. Also, fun fact, apparently, like my 2022 Titanic was cursed. My sister ships of Titanic also sunk. I'd like to play you some time. How do I become a friend with you and Faye? Exclamation Faye. And the 3 numbers there are for my 3 Fire Emblem Heroes accounts. The first one is my main account, although we'll sometimes also use the third one, my iPad, for things like Pawns of Loki, Rival Domains, and Grand Conquest. Wait, what are we doing? I need to make space on the friends list because people have redeemed stuff and they're not on my friends list. So I need to get rid of people. Other than waiting for the Mythic trailer, yeah, we're just kind of clearing the people from the friends list because I need to make space. Does anyone know this Evan KPB? I feel like their name has come up recently I can't remember where I saw it recently, but it's come up recently. I'm like, I've seen this before, and now I'm like, oh, it's on my friends list. Who's Ochi? No, don't get rid of me. I still play. I'm not getting rid of you. Don't worry. You're fine. You're fine. You're safe. You are safe from elimination. Who's Vistaria Saga? Plus 10 gun through. We haven't seen Suit in here in a while. We need, okay, we probably should. It's just, I was just worried about it being too complicated. We need to do that thing where we have a friends list redemption thing, and then I think we had it so that, what was it? Mods and subs would stay on the list, and then everyone else would be cleared out, but there would be a really cheap redemption just to stay current, so that way we know that you would have checked in within the last month. And then you could be added to the friends list, or if you redeemed it before, it would be probably like a grace period, or if you redeem it before we clear it, you just stay on there. Yeah, mods via VIPs and subs, so something like that. The trouble with that though is that people keep changing their names, and sometimes it's hard for me to keep track of. So we would have to keep like a document that people could edit, be like, oh yes, I've updated my name in the game to this, or I've updated my Twitch name to this, and yeah, it's. Maybe think of 60% of the time it works every time. Wait, what reminded you of that? It's always a fun quote. Who to get rid of? Like, for example, you know, Sable hasn't been here forever, but I'm pretty sure they're still a mod. So they would technically be safe. I don't know if that's fair, but, you know, that's the rules. Hey, Bernadette fan, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm going through the friends list here, trying to see where we can clear up some space. Next Summer Duels event, I'm changing my name to Kieran to troll people mostly. See, it's stuff like that. I haven't seen KS Lycan in a while, but they played recently. Who's Bagel? I don't know who Bagel is, but they used Senate Floret on Mist apparently. We haven't seen Emrakul in a while, huh? Havoc actually hasn't dropped by in a while either. I would play with you a couple of times, but I would recommend deleting me as a friend after you add me because my unit I send isn't good. I'm not very good at the game. Oh, if you want, yeah, I'm not fine adding people, especially if you've been here recently or if you're here regularly. I don't mind keeping people on the friends list. It's just that there are people that are on the friends list that either haven't dropped by in a while or haven't played in a while. I mean, there are a couple exceptions to that rule. For example, if they're like real life friends. Actually, I think there are very few people that are, I know in real life that are still on my friends list. Because my coworkers that used to play don't really play Fae anymore. They still play Fire Emblem games, but we don't play Fae much anymore because keeping up with the daily is taxing to normies. You're all right. We have a Mythic Hero trailer coming up in like 5 minutes. Are you good? Do you have any predictions there, Bernadette fan? Being good at Fae isn't about being actually good at the game. It's about having money. Yeah, you Kappa, but that's yeah. All right, who are we getting rid of? I need to get rid of at least one, maybe two more. Like, see, here's a Kieran. I don't know who the hell Kieran is here, but they have a Happy, which Happy's pretty good. Who's Deadman Eggy? That's not Egglove, right? Egglove, we saw Egglove on the list, so. Blaster, Fire Corgi. Have we seen them recently? Yeah, I'm a semi free-to-play player. Yeah, I'm essentially free-to-player now. I mean, I've spent money in the game in the past. But that isn't me. That was my Happy. Ah, see, stuff like this. I gotta remember who's who. So okay, so Splatfest Queen is this Happy here. I should keep a document. I'll change that. Oh, you don't have to. I didn't mean to what's the word I'm looking for? Call you out like that. But No, it's just stuff like that where it's like I can't remember who people are. That's why I used to keep a document. The problem is people kept changing their names all the time. Like Polar changes their name in game like every like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, all right, Polar, I can't tell which one you are. What's your in-game name? So I used to keep a document, but again, it just kept getting outdated because people kept changing their names, both in Fae as well as on Twitch, and on Discord. So I can never, like, I'll be honest with you guys. If your name is different on Discord than it is on Twitch, and in Fae, there's a good chance I don't know who you are. I don't know like half the people in our Discord right now, or at least I can't tell who they are. Like, who's the one? Okay, maybe you guys that are regulars in the Discord, maybe you guys know. There's someone with a name that's literally just the 2 brackets, like open bracket, close bracket. I'm like, who is this? Does anyone? You guys know who I'm talking about? At least they'll show up in the Discord, and I'm like, who is this? Not free to play, but I'm now low spending until my life gets back in order. Until we get something that I can't resist. Seasonal Guard or a new Fire Emblem game, give me a bunch of new characters. So on. All my names now are cow related. We're fine. Can you tell who am I? I mean, in Fae or in Discord? In Discord, I know who you are. Sometimes I have to think about it, but I can tell who you are because you've messaged me personally. So I know based on that. And sometimes I'll be like, oh wait, is this who I think it is? And I'll check my messages and I'll be like, oh, yep, that's Gakupo. We haven't seen Inkling King in forever, guys. Although they do still play, apparently. I haven't really spent on Fae since I stopped my Fae Pass subscription. I think that was late last year. I still have yet to get Fae Pass. I mean, I've kept the game Lumity and Fae, or the name Lumity and Fae for a while, so I feel like it's at least semi-easy to remember. Yeah. When you're consistent, it's easy for me to tell. All right, Inkling King. If you ever come back, you're more than welcome to add me again. Magnus drops by like once in a blue moon. Am I the only one that messaged you on the email? No, a few people do, but I think when you messaged me, especially when you messaged me about something that we recently talked about that day in chat, I was like, oh, that's Gakupo. And then I was like, okay, so I know who that is now. 2 minutes? Oh, we got a trailer in 2 minutes. Or 1 minute, actually. Oh, you guys might be on a delay, but 1 minute. So we'll do the redemptions after this trailer. But we're going to pull this up here. 2 minutes? Mythic trailer. Mythic trailer in 50 seconds. Not in any Fae Discords. Is there a good one? Yes, there is. Hey, is it the Space Pope? Welcome in. Exclamation Discord to join our Discord. So we got a lot of Fae players in there and just a lot of Fire Emblem fans in general. So exclamation Discord for that link. But yeah, we are getting a Mythic trailer in 30 seconds, guys. So again, if someone in the chat can post that link. Wait, is that it, Yuko? Is it early? What's going on? We have it early. All right, hold on. Loading. Here we go. Wait, is it not playing? Oh, it's playing in the wrong window. Hold on. Dang it. Hold on. Boom. Here we go. Here we go. I was like, why is this playing in the wrong window? Oh, what is going on? Oh, my camera decided to reload at the same time the video buffered, so I was like, what's going on? Here it is. Let's see. I can't tell that. Stop buffering. What? We were just... What? Stop buffering. Oh, my God.
Foolish human, you dare disturb my slumber.
Fine. We were literally just talking. Shadow Breath, Glacies, Defense Res Ideal, Assured Rebirth, Canto Control. I kind of like this art. We willed it into being. We were literally talking about MEDEUS. Does he say his name so we can hear how it's pronounced now? Or are we just gonna go by what the Fae anime says? Another dragon, yes, but this is like the dragon. Canto Control C skill. Hey, Dangle Fam, can we get a shout out for Dangle Fam?
Take your position. So,
Carlos, what was the movement type? Did anyone catch that? She I think it's inheritable. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to look into this here. All right. Finally getting MEDEUS. Julia Altina. And forgot you're watching a live stream on Twitch for 2 seconds. Wait, what did you do? Oh, it was infantry? Alright, I'm gonna have to go through this list and see who I need here. Flavia. Okay. Guys, Ascendant Adun is on this banner. Does anyone want to help me get to 100? Because at 100 subs, I will spark, or I will buy Fate Pass, so that we can spark. Oh, that's not done. Oh yeah, just that we can spark. If we have Fate Pass. Does anyone want to get me to 100 subs so I can buy Fate Pass and spark for Adun and Medeus? We're going through this again, of course. Of course. Makoto's with Yep. Well, that's a refine, though. Thank you for the shout out, by the way. Tried to double tap to go back for the skills. Oh. I mean, that's weird, though. You can rewind a live video on YouTube and just resume live when you're done. But it's weird that Twitch can't do that yet. This is going to be a pain in the butt to fight against. And now I must have him. Makes Armor Ball even stronger than it was. Not that it needed it. Can't control scares me. Alright, it's a good thing I didn't use Hit and Run in Dark Season. Decided not to spark when she came out. Yeah, so like when I saw this, look at this guy. I'm like, how am I supposed to tell? I'm like, what is this? I wonder who this is. It's a triangle. Easy skip at least. Medeus isn't anything I'm interested, but Canto Control. And since I have a Dune and Blue Pool is real bad for to go for Julia on. No, don't. He decided not to spark when she came out. I thought it was Anankos, but it was just the top of his head. Yeah, it's like how can we tell? All right, here we go. Let's look at all this here, guys. So here's our artwork. I kind of like this artwork, actually. And again, we were like, okay, if Medeus got in previously, they would probably be like a Grand Hero battle. But at this point, I feel like I specifically mentioned like I could see him as a mythic. I like how we were talking about this, and now Medeus is a thing. And the stoppage of Bolt Tower makes it so that you can have actually makes it so you have to actually just punch through the armor ball, especially if the team is good against H and hit and run gravity traps, for instance. So you're saying I want this to Medeus. Don't like summer duels, so Canto Control isn't necessary. They don't like how the meta just keeps shifting more and more towards armor ball. They go in cycles. Well, not just armor ball specifically, but they shift the meta between like different move types. But yeah, nowadays it seems like they are pushing towards armor and then hit and run and armor. Canto Control is going to be huge in SD, yeah. Not sure if we'll be limited to any inheritance restrictions. All right, let's keep going.
Foolish human, you dare disturb my slumber.
Dennis Hall. Have they done anything yet in Fae? I do like the voice quality that they gave Medeus here. Bolt Tower is pretty solid to combat armor balls. All right, it's a heavy what's the word I'm looking for? I'm blanking. It's on the tip of my tongue. All right, so Carlos Infantry Dragon, Dark Season. Okay, so also I need to retweet. Hold on, guys. Let's look at this skill list here too, by the way. We're gonna retweet and we're gonna quote this. We were literally talking about them adding Mythic Medeus. Not Medea. Fire Emblem Heroes. Tyler Perry's Fire Emblem Heroes. All right, Shadow Breath. Let's see. Let me catch up in chat, by the way. One good thing is he probably won't be common for a while. You forego Note for him or Triandra, I guess, but Triandra is almost like a free slot since she's a dancer. Yeah. Voice is cool, but also Fallen Banner will be cool, no doubt. Right, but as a mythic hero, again, they're going to be a bonus unit in AR at some points, especially for defense. So I want to make sure I at least get him. Annoying for balls. Who's the mythic hero? MEDEUS. We were talking. Were you here, Boshak? We were talking about MEDEUS earlier being a potential mythic hero. He'll be good just for existing. Can I see the trailer? Yeah, we're watching now. Let's watch it all again. Actually, no. Let's go through the skills first, because again, it's just one hero. It's not like it's a new hero banner. But let's look through the skills. We have Shadow Breath. Attack +3 at the start of turn grants attack res +6 and on guard to units and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If foe initiates combat or if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, inflicts attack res -6 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. If foe's range equals 2, calculates damage using the lower of foe's defense or res. On guard neutralizes damage outside of combat from skills like Poison Strike, structures like Bolt. Oh, what? Neutralizes damage outside of combat from skills like Poison Strike, and structures like Bolt Tower. Wait a second. Except damage dealt by AoE specials. Okay, so AoE specials still work against him, but not Bolt Tower. Dango fam. There goes your theory. Glacies, a defense res ideal 4, assured rebirth. What is this? If unit's res is greater than foe's res, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. MEDEUS has got to be super slow. Reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials, excluding Rooker AoE specials by percentage equal to number of staff or dragon allies within 3 spaces of units times. Is it time? This text is so small now. Times 20. Also, if unit's res is greater than foe's res, difference between stats times 4, max 40%, total max 60%, and then Canto Control 3. So for those that aren't familiar with Canto, yeah, again, this was a Makoto refine. If foe within 4 spaces of unit triggers Canto, inflicts Canto Control on that foe. Limits the number of spaces target can move with Canto through their next turn. Next action, sorry. If target's range equals 1, target can move 1 space when Canto triggers. If target's range equals 2, target's action ends when Canto triggers. Let's see. I did not see the anti-bolt out. Yeah. Yep. That's what I just said. That looks big. So who's going to join the Mythic Banner? We'll go through that right now, actually. Hard to hit and run due to Canto Control, saves, and breath stop bolt tower. Yeah. Don't really care about ARD, so he's not a must-have for me. That's true. I guess ARD is less impactful than ARO, but still, especially considering all that's coming in the upcoming months and me spending less. What blessing does he give again? He's dark, but let's see what... I don't know if it says. Let's see here. Wait, he doesn't enable a slot? Did it? Let's see. He does. Yeah, he's got the little outline there. The icon is missing the outline. No, that is the outline, right? Or is it supposed to be like a double outline? I can't remember. It's good. That's what I said, that he's good for only existing and just stupid for saves. If I was to go for a currently available unit, it would still be Tine over him, honestly. Allies too. Yeah. The meta was already super save heavy. Why am I tearing my sock? Dang it. Super save heavy is just going that way even more. Watch him take Fatal's title of lowest speed. Yeah, he's got to be super slow, judging by those skills. I'm not going after him. Like the man said, the man just has 5 speed. Does this also nerf usage of Ascendant Form? Because the counter to save ball was Dazzling Pain. Oh, am I lagging? Hold on. No, I'm not dropping any frames. I dropped a couple frames at the beginning of stream and none since. So I'm about to I was about to type that Bolt Tower may not be that countered, but I didn't see that and allies part. I mean, in ARO, you don't run him. In ARD, not sure how it nerfs her usage at all. No, what I was saying about ARO... Oh, no, you're talking about Togukupo. Never mind, okay. I was saying like AR was more impactful because you obviously that you get more points out of that as opposed to defense. But burn to defend. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Haven't changed my dark defense since Note came out. Half the units on the defense are in my reserves now. Usually don't say a unit is going to influence the meta that hard, but if this guy becomes more available to people, he's definitely going to be big in ARD at least. Great. That means I'm going to have to go against him. All right, who are the best MEDEUS counters, guys? Note's already very good, though, so maybe he won't be very common. Any other heroes going to join him? Yeah, we're going to go through that. Let's watch the animation of his attack, and then we'll go through the whole thing again. Canto Control definitely seeing having a big impact on SD. Guys, Ami retweeted my tweet about, hey, go spend money on this tea set from Ami, and now my Twitter is like blowing up.
Take your position. Suffer and die.
All right, hold on. Before we go and see who's joining him, let me look at these stats here. 40, 69, nice. Boosted, 18 speed, 38 defense, 49 res. That's boosted, but still 49 res though. Look at this. To be very honest, it's more like what is the best save counter rather than MEDEUS counter. Luckily, Kanto Brigade is my Astra strat, not Lights. The Light strat is Beto carry. Dragons who are anti-dragon, so dang it. It doesn't matter if Kanto is on Astra, since Kanto Control is probably inheritable since it says 3 on it. Does this weapon give +3 speed? I believe it did. Let's take a look again. Attack +3. Attack +3. Only because thanks to these, you don't have to use Ascendant Fjorm if you don't want to, because sure they can Dazzling Staff poke you, but not for chip damage with Pain Plus and Savage Blow spam, leaving your units to 1 HP if possible. If it does, slowest unit in the game. No, it's Attack +3. But, oh crap, yeah, time to ignore AR even harder, I guess. Alright, let's see who else is joining him again. Actually, let's watch this from the beginning, because some people didn't see the intro. Here's the beginning for those that missed the trailer. And we'll see who's joining as well. The big ones for me are obviously MEDEUS and Ascendant Idun. I think I'll need to summon Idun, Oder, MEDEUS, Elamine, Mira, even Julia. The only ones I really would want to go for here are MEDEUS and Idun, but that's still 2 colors. Wait, what was this quote? Sorry, I keep replaying the trailer.
Foolish human, you dare disturb my slumber.
Ah, he's the genie. So there, Shadow Breath Glacies, Defense Rosadiel, Assured Rebirth, and Kanto Control 3. Still have Elamine and Allure. Actually, doesn't really nerf her, but I guess it makes some other units more available. Kanto Control is inheritable, going to be super hard to justify stacking him. Yeah, I could see that. Kanto Control is going to be huge. Keep for playing like my yourself sorry, Bowshot. Just makes saves even better. Yeah, it seems like that could be inheritable. Judging by the fact it's not a like a single tier skill. All right, here's who's also appearing. Yeah, there's the outline around the dark thing. So Julia, Altina, Mirabilis, Hel, Dimitri, Micaiah, Oder, Thor, Flavia. I don't really like red. Elamine, Idun. There you go. Wait, who's the other blue? There's Dimitri, Idun. Who's the other blue? Oh, Julia. And then yeah, we can spark. So, but yeah, here's our list. So if I want to go for Idun, I have to be okay with extras of Dimitri and Julia. If I go for Carlos, Elamine. Elamine's offensive, right? Offensive mythic. And then Micaiah, who I don't really use. But I do use Elamine a lot. So actually going for Carlos shouldn't be too bad here. Because Micaiah, I mean, I've seen some really good Micaiahs. I just don't use her right now, but I guess I could use her. Blue, I don't really use Legendary Dimitri. Or Julia, but I guess I could. Do they have good fodder? Let's see here. Post a trade on Discord. Thank you, Boshak. Julia's the only unit on the banner I'd want to get, and it's not worth when she'll get a remix probably in the next year. Hoping that Altina gets a refine this month because she's basically ruins red just for existing. Very strong Carlos. Yeah, Carlos seems pretty good. Again, I don't currently use Micaiah, but I've seen some pretty good ones, and I guess I could start using her if I wanted. But again, Elamine's on here. She's an offensive mythic if I'm not mistaken, and again, I could always use merges on those guys. Going after Hell, Legendary Micaiah, and Ascendant Idun. Okay, that's 3 colors. Keep that in mind. And Thor. Yeah, Hell and Thor, and then who's the other? Oder. Green's okay. Blue's a little less than that. Okay, really. Carlos is big. Red is red. I'm like, I mean, cool. I can get merges on Mirabilis for mythic defense, but at the same time, it's like, Flavia, general pool, and then who's the other red? Altina, who, yeah, no. I have like 4 or 5 legendary Micaiah. I never use her. I've seen some pretty good ones. Fury 4 food, if I recall. Okay. Well, good to know. Unless Altina gets refined this month. Vantage might start making a bigger comeback with this now, since saves tend to be traditionally more enemy phase. Problem is that there aren't too many reliable Vantage sweepers right now, especially available to free-to-play. Go for Elmine to +10 mine. You have a +10 or +9 Elmine. Hardy Bearing could just be used. So there you go, guys. That's our mythic banner. All right. Rank the colors on this banner. Here, let me go back to the... How would you guys rank the colors? Right now, I feel like I would be okay spending a few orbs on colorless and maybe blue. Although I'll concede that blue's not super strong, especially if you don't need a Dune or Julia. Does anyone use Dimitri? Legendary Dimitri, specifically? I don't know how well Dimitri and Julia hold up today. I think they're still fine. I know Kaizen uses Julia. I don't know if Legendary Dimitri is even the best Dimitri. I don't use him. I also mix up which Dimitri has which weapon. But no, he's got I'm blanking on the name. He's using his relic, so let's see here. I gotta scroll up here. Even as a person who adores Legendary Julia, blue is not worth it unless you really need a Dune. I need one. I just need one. Not just the one. Well, it depends. I don't know how well Dimitri and Julia hold up today, but I think they're still fine. I'll keep going for her till I get her to +1. Carlos, then green. Really green? Who's the big one on green? Thor? Then blue, and then red. Okay. Lave is still probably the best Vantage sweeper since Muspel and Ashera help her a lot. I feel like you can interchange between blue and green. Okay. Because I have all of them. I don't use Thor a lot, but she's relatively newer on my barracks, so I guess I just haven't had the chance to use her yet. Blue, Carlos. Okay, so Uzbir thinks blue's the best one, and then Carlos, and then green and red. Okay, Carlos is best, red is worse, green and blue depending on what you need. Okay, so it seems most people are in that general, like, okay, Carlos is pretty good, regardless if you put it like first or second, and then red's probably bottom list. Carlos is stupidly stacked. Agree with Egglove. Okay. Legendary Dimitri is just worse Fallen. Yeah, like I feel like more people use Fallen or even Brave. Although doesn't Brave have like Moon Gradivis instead? Julia's still a good nuke, but requires a lot of investment for max potential. If Altina gets refined this month, then that probably gets boosted up past blue. Wait, are we talking Altina or Altina? Wait, what's going on? Even so, there's a chance that the refined remix is not very good. Elmine is one of my best healers. I don't really use her as a healer as much. I mean, I use her more for damage reduction and for nudging. Oder? Really? Okay. Oder's never been like super useful for me, but I guess maybe I'm not using him properly. Leafy, welcome back. Not interested in new mythic banner, even though I need another dark mythic. I mean, I don't need dark mythics, but again, as a mythic, it would be good to get at least one in case he's a bonus mythic at some point. But sounds like from the chatter in the chat, if sorry, Canto Control. I was like, Chaos Control? What? No, Canto Control. If Canto Control is inheritable, that could be a reason to go for multiple MEDEUS, but right now my concern is just making sure I have him as a defensive mythic for the bonus. Thor's best, Odor's behind. Hell is just there, but she's still good. Yeah, she can be useful at times. She's not like amazing or anything, but yeah, I'll occasionally use her. Elmine is just the best healer in the game. Really? In terms of like healers that I actively use, like again, I use her primarily for damage reduction and nudging units, but in terms of healing, well, no, I guess all the healers that I use, especially like an AR, which is probably my most active like competitive mode, most of the healers I'll use for more their ability to either Canto or to nudge or to draw back, sorry, rescue, whatever. And then their healing is almost secondary because I don't really use healing too much. I often use like Wings of Mercy strats anyway, so I don't usually heal intentionally. But yeah, the healers that I probably use the most, especially in AR, Flane, Young Lara Shell, and then Elamine. Brave Marth might be the best Vantage sweeper. Has inherent Vantage reliably, hard hitting, and can use special spiral with Muspel to just kill about anything. Hell's a bad unit, but she has DC, I guess. I mean, everyone has DC these days. Blue because of a Dune. If you don't need her, yeah, Carlos is better. Okay. Wait, do people really use Fallen Dimitri more now? Brave Dimitri is real bad. Really? Worst Brave Dimitri right now aside from Roy. Huh. Okay. Good to know then. But yeah, I always get my Dimitris in the game mixed up. Because it's like the same design almost. For time skip Dimitri. I'm talking about my Altina. I'm talking about Altina, my bad. I spelled her name wrong. Okay. I was like, are we talking about which one? I'll go for Ascendant Idun to give my Ascendant Ishtar a friend. Yeah, that's why I was cool summoning for Ishtar. Because like, again, she's general pool. I didn't necessarily need her right away. But I was like, ooh, she's color sharing with Idun, who I need. But we didn't get... Actually, no, we did get Ishtar. No, we got Ishtar on the Spark, I think. May summon for Idun because I think Idun is cute. Canto Control is 99% inheritable. Okay, good to know then. I might not summon on this banner, but if I do, I'll just go for Carlos since there's good fodder there. Egglove. You're fine, you're fine. Hell and Thor I'll go after. Braveland is even better than Brave Dimitri in my opinion, mainly because she sets up Wings of Mercy stuff real easy. Canto Control doesn't trigger if you kill the units with Canto Control with a Canto unit, apparently. Wait, hold on. Canto Control doesn't trigger if you kill the unit with Canto Control. Wait, hold on. So if you use a Canto unit to kill a unit that has Canto Control, the effect doesn't trigger. What was the description on that? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, yeah, that works. But the thing is, I mean, look at these stats though. 38 defense, 49 res. Although the 49 is a buffed res. To be honest, most of the Braves are not directly comparable, so I wouldn't really say anything about that. Healers, I'll use Loki and Brave Camilla. Makoto and Elamine for legendaries and mythics. But you won't be able to do that on a save ARD team, at least not at the beginning. Makoto isn't legendary. I have Hell on my second account. I want Hell for my main. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, again, she'll come up as a defensive bonus mythic, so... Alright, let's watch this one more time. For those that did redemptions, do you guys mind if we do this tomorrow? because my lights are gonna start dimming in like 4 minutes. Let's see. Hey, Atri, did you see the trailer? We can watch it again. We're gonna watch it again. 331 orbs feel so low. Like I'm not even sure if I'll have 400 before Fallen. That's on the 10th, right? You should be fine. You should be fine. Hey, Tanuki, remember getting confused on my happy? I changed the name Kieran into Jenny. Just basic names like. Oh, that's fine. Again, I didn't mean to pressure you into changing that. It was just an example, like people changing their names then to something I don't necessarily recognize. So, but okay, noted. We should make a document, maybe a shared document, and then people can be like, oh, here's my Twitch name, here's my Faye name, and here's my Discord name or something. I don't know. Yes, Legend Banner. Yeah, or Mythic Banner. Same thing for Thor. In SD, Kanto Control will be positioned in the very back of the team. It has 4 spaces of range. Kanto teams will need to go either mega aggressive with the trades or hybrid with other metas, I guess. I'll go for Thor to give Loki a friend. Now they're going to ruin A-Tree. All right, let's watch this. Again. Da-da-da-da. There we go.
Foolish human, you dare disturb my slumber.
Shadow Breath. Glaci's defense rest ideal. Assured rebirth and Kanto control. Is he meant to be fallen? I mean, no one is ever truly born wicked. They have wickedness thrust upon them.
Suffer and die.
He had a father. He had a mother. As so many do. Alright, Julia, Altina, Mirabilis, Hell, Dimitri, Micaiah, Oder, Thor, Flavia, and Elamine, and Idun. So I kind of want to go for Carlos in blue, and I might be okay spending a little bit here. If we were at 100 subs, I could get Fey Pass and Spark, but oh well. May end up getting the Altina pack or something, both because orbs and because Altina is decent fodder with attack, res, unity, and null seed disrupt. I don't know, this is going to be a controversial statement, but there are some people born twisted. If you read up on some serial killers, they had normal childhoods, but were just twisted. Now I was quoting a musical. Did anyone get the musical reference? It was a Broadway musical. Points to anyone that understood the reference. All you need now is for Vake, Resin King, Crom, and Henri to get in, and then all the characters I want will be in the game. Yeah, did you were you here when I went over my most wanted list? Let's see, who was on the list here? I guess was MEDEUS on this list? MEDEUS was number 7, guys. MEDEUS was 7, so I guess we have to add to this list again. Okay. Yeah, MEDEUS was on here as number 7, which I guess that bumps Henri up from 8 to number 7 now, and Limsel goes from 9 to 8. All right, lucky 7, MEDEUS, you're in. And now I only have 19. I gotta fill in the last spot again. I'll go for Flavia if no Idun. Bro, when he spits his purple fire, his neck, it scares me. What happened? Oh, you see? Okay, yeah, I can see what you're saying. He just like rumbles in the back there. All right. Which game is he from? Shadow Dragon, the first one. Actually tempted to summon here. Please read my comments. I'll go for Flavia. No, I read that. Or was there one before that? Yeah, I think you're just on a delay. Oh, Love and Thunder. Nice. Thor and Loki. They were good until they weren't. Yes, I was. I'm actually tempted to summon here. Please read my comment. Which game is he from? Wait, do you mean Vake, like Awakening Vake? I actually really hate Medeus as a unit, though, since I hate saves. I mean, yeah, he's gonna cause headaches if you don't have him, but he's gonna be amazing if you do. Oh, Mystery of the Emblem fonts are too small in the video. Yeah, yeah, they showed the logo, which honestly at this point, they should just give it in English because they're gonna localize this game at some point. It's just a matter of time, really. I'm a 3-star. I'm gonna get a 3-star as always. Mystery of the Emblem fonts are too small in the video. What does Flavia have again? I don't remember. Same, don't worry. Attack speed, push, and red feud. Are the feud skills? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't use those. He's going to cause headaches regardless if you have him or not. It's true. Yeah, I keep struggling more and more on AR because I haven't kept up with the meta changes. It's fine. I never see anyone using it. Feud skills are way too niche, not worth summoning for. Since he's going to be a unit that's like, can you beat save teams with this unit on it without Bolt Tower? Fallen Edelgard is Fallen Edelgard is outdated, but she can still hold her own in many situations. But the good players can handle Fallen Edelgard now. They'd be decent options if they were from free units, maybe, but not worth spending orbs to get. I don't have headaches because I'm already dead inside. Aren't we all? All right. But yeah, again, guys, if for those that redeemed, you guys mind if we do those tomorrow? So was he just one to look how and Pokemaster? Because again, my lights are dimming and they're automated smart lights, so they're gonna gradually turn off until it's time to go to sleep. But if you absolutely want to go now, I can try and squeeze you in. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Although we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Fatal outdated. Disagree, to be honest. She's not broken, but Wings of Mercy fatal in Gale. Yeah, again, she's still relevant, but she's not as like, if you're facing a Fallen Edelgard. Before it was like, oh crap. Whereas now most people can handle a Fallen Edelgard. If you're offensive and you're going up against a Fallen Edelgard, I should say. Most of the good players will now have counters against Fallen Edelgard. But yeah, no, like offensively, yeah, she's still very useful. Like she's still a staple in my Astra and Anima teams. Or sorry, Astra and Light teams. Or rather, I have a team on both seasons that has a Fallen Needle. Optimal to use. I was wondering how good Flavia was in red, but honestly, she's not that great. She's probably okay with that. Not worth the summoning. And she's general pool, so you'll be able to get her. Good players could always handle Fatal. It was people who refused to build units to counter her or pull for her. Dozens of counters that constantly complained. The answer for the last question for the quiz was Est. Well, there you go, guys. Wait, what's the new question? Let me see. We also have a new day in life. All right, should we look at that before we wrap up for today? I want to read that actually. Dual skills. Oh, this is wait, which account am I on? Oh yeah, it's in my account. All right, it's just easier and more brain dead to counter her now. This cancerous mythic is pushing me farther from AR. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some work to keep up. All right, but yeah, again, those who redeemed, we just want to look out on Pokemaster. Are you guys still here? Do you mind if we do that tomorrow, or do you absolutely need to go today? Because again, my lights are very quickly dimming. Let's see here. Let's real quickly, guys, while we're here, I do want to look at this one. Don't build for Fallen Edelgard or have a counter. You're kind of screwed. Even if it's just easier, more brain dead to counter now. Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot easier counters now. And again, skilled players would be able to counter her with a bunch of more strats. Like again, I have a young Larachelle who does pretty well against the Fallen Edelgard. Freaking Fernand beat Fatal, use an armor sling weapon and QR. Congrats, you just made an easy counter out of a free-to-play unit with minimal investment. Since when did Faye get a mustache? That's Phoenix. All right, still here. I can wait till tomorrow. Okay, thank you. What time will you start streaming? My part-time job starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, so I might be a little late. Well, it's tomorrow. We'll probably be on. I always say from like 6 to 10:30, but honestly, this week again, I've been tired, so I keep taking naps, and then I start later. So we'll say probably close to like 7:30 Central Time, by the way. 7:30 Central Time. So what is that? That's 8:30 Eastern. And then we'll probably go till about 10:30 Central. So 11:30 Eastern. And that's generally my schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday we can go a little later because of the weekend. And then weekends we usually do... I try to go longer. Try to start earlier, go later. To be honest, my counter was Est, since all you had to do was the flying unit and her refine. Basically, you kill her without much fear. Think about it, that was she's not good. She's not good not because she has no counters, but rather because she's flexible. Could dragon effect units kill him? It's not Faye, it's her evil satanic boss, the one who everyone hated for creating the Fae Pass. That's actually true. Dragon effect units could definitely kill MEDEUS. I'm not scared of MEDEUS as a unit. I dislike what he introduces with inheritable Kanto control, which actually isn't too bad since Kanto was OP. And on guard, just making save meta even stronger. Yeah, the on guard thing, because like Dango fan was like, ah, oh, shoot. Because Dango fan was like, wait a second. Never mind. He exists as a scapegoat for when they say, or when they want to anger players but don't want to use complaining about Faye. Oh, that's a good way to think about it. Yeah, we can levy the hate on Phoenix instead of Faye. Not the hate, you know what I mean. It's why they brought him back for the quiz meant to torture players. Yeah, no one seems to like this quiz, or we just like we enjoy kind of making fun of it. New question for the quiz. Let me see here. Let me refresh here. Oh, moving right along. We all find the voice of Hector, General Bastia, to be sonically pleasing, but... Oh, is it just me? Ahem. In any case, which blessing do you summoners most frequently bestow on the... Really? Alright, which blessing do we give an outdated Hector, guys? Anyone? How are we supposed to know this? Okay, we're going to read this here. If I had to guess, it's probably fire. Felix, whatever his name, could burn in hell. Kanto control for mage flyers. Guess who I'm going to fodder him to. I just built Black Knight and gave him QR to counter Fatal, plus I have Brave Erica too. There's no point in not running both Bolt Trap, Hex Trap, and Gravity Trap with a well-placed MEDEUS other than Gale Force, Wings of Mercy, which can be hard to do on a strong save team. If I had to guess, it's probably fire. These questions, yeah, the questions are ridiculous. Bolt Trap would just hurt your opponent's team, not yours with MEDEUS now. Am I supposed to know if I don't have one? Even if you have one, even if you have like a +10, how are you supposed to know what most people bless him with? Boy has boomer, goofy, sad questions. How are we supposed to know this? This quiz really will end with asking how old Phoenix was when he grew his mustache at this rate. Rather have that old meme template burning Felix instead of Faye. Alright, let's read this real quick here. The feeling of kinship. The kingdom of Asker. While heartening to know there are so many heroes gathered in one place, it does not necessarily mean Flane's safety is assured. Precautions must be taken. You there, on the roadside, explain your intentions. Oh, he's got a suit on there. Some of the rocks along this path struck me as pernicious. I haven't heard that word in a long time, so I've taken it upon myself to remove them. Yes. As I recall, you attend to Prince Crom, so why would you perform such a task? In service of my liege, of course. It is my duty to remove any factor that could potentially harm him, cause him harm, or compromise his safety. It would be terrible if he were to trip and fall down. Ah, yes, wise words indeed. The unstinting concern you have towards someone so precious to you. I would like to hear more. Oh, they're shaking hands. Do you truly understand my point of view? If that is the case, I have much to say on the matter. Oh, that's a nice one. They're friends now. Gonna rest up now. Need to recover. Okay, no worries. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here because again my lights are dimming and I gotta get to sleep, or try to. Let's see. We're gonna leave you with someone. I gotta figure out who. And we also we already got a question wrong, so we won't be getting full rewards now because apparently it was Est. Be more like Frederick Eyes and Setteth and Flame. Alright guys, we are gonna leave you with someone. Let's see where to go. Okay, this Twitch update on my iPad is like glitching like crazy. Only Flame. Anyway, who should we send you to? People's getting a breakdown over this Phoenix quiz. Yeah, people are freaking out. I mean, Dangle Fam's on now, but they're playing Smash. They're usually playing Fire Emblem. I'm not even gonna go there, guys. Not even. How are you supposed to know? Yeah, right. I don't know. At this point, I'm just kind of amused to see what they come up with each day. Bacon Burger Pizza, welcome in. Excuse me. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? We're actually wrapping up, but did you get to see the trailer? I mean, we can watch it again if you want, but the Mythic Hero trailer. We were literally talking about him all stream, like, hey, this could be a Mythic. And then they're a Mythic now, so as Kaizen mentioned, we willed it into existence. Where should we send you? Alright, I'm going to give you guys a choice. %of people guessed this, but they phrased the question in a weird way, so we thought it was taps in the last month instead of taps ever, because they mentioned taps in March. But there's taps until March, which is dumb. We miss out on rewards because they asked the wrong question. Alright, we've got options of Pokemon, Apex Legends, what is... Someone's just chatting. Hold on, let me see what they're actually playing. Neo, The World Ends With You. Chris said, nope, not even going there. Alright, question for you guys who are in the chat. Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes, Apex Legends, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Neo The World Ends With You, or Slay the Spire. What do you guys want? How you doing, Bacon Burger Pizza? Like I said, we're wrapping up, but hope your day went well. And again, if you haven't seen the trailer, let me know. We can watch it real quick. How many people to get rid of? Because I gotta make space in the list. I gotta clear one more. Yuko's like, I don't know. Superman 64? Unfortunately, no one I follow is currently streaming that. Arceus? Sorry I missed your stream. See you next time. Yeah, no worries. But I hope you're doing well today. Again, let me know if you saw the trailer or not. We can watch it one more time real quick. But, Kaizo wants to go Arceus. Let me see if they're actually playing Arceus, because sometimes people put... Never mind, they're not actually... I mean, we can still go there, but they're not actually playing Arceus. Yes, I'm just saving orbs. Okay, so you saw it then. Okay. Yeah, I might spend some orbs to try and get MEDEUS, but I'm probably not gonna, like, go for merges or anything like that. But no Arceus. They're not actually playing Arceus, I just checked. They're playing Black and White too. Can't stay for the raid, but it's the only good game you listed. Yeah, but they're actually not playing that, so... Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry, Egglove. Yeah, I was disappointed too. I mean, I like Black and White too, but I don't know if I want to raid into that. Where should we send ya right now? You know what, let's go to Dango Fam. I changed my mind. It's a game I didn't list because, well, Apex sounds okay, but I'm not an FPS guy. Oh, I mean, if you want to check it out, you prefer third person. Do you want to see how it is? Because We can go there. He's a friend of mine. He's actually a real life friend of mine. Yeah, we can go to Apex if you guys want to see. Let me make sure I can. Alright, yeah, let's go there. Raid. That's fine, I don't mind. Oh, too late. Already typed it in. So, ladies and gentlemen, copy the sub raid command. If you don't have the Hildemonk emote, you can use your channel points, or you can hit that sub button. Much appreciated. But if you don't have the emotes, you can also use the regular raid command. Make sure you join on Discord and follow on social media. Yeah, Kaizen, have a good night. But if you guys can join us for the raid, we've already started the process, so copy the Hildemonk emotes. Let me make sure I have it on my alt here. Alright guys, have a good one. Atri, have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And Bacon Burger Pizza, have a good one as well. Alright, there we go. I got the emote there. Alright, we'll see you guys over at Gil stream playing some Apex. You guys have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys. Real quick shout out to all the raids and all the new follows, new friends. Thanks for joining. See ya tomorrow. Bye guys.